Hello
And welcome
to BB on Blast.
Australia. That's like I'm a celebrity. Ding, ding, ding. We need the wobble board. I'm Lindsay.
And I'm Gaz.
And guess who's got a new job?
Personal news to begin the show.
Put that on there, should I?
Oh,
That's private matter.
Possibly not, because you've got to get
silence.
that letter first.
Never mind, scratch that. Rewind the tape.
In all seriousness, we are having a drink today in celebration of the good news.
Cheers.
Cheers. There you go, proof. We thought we'd had quite a dry episode last week, but people liked it. I've had some positive feedback.
Was that a daytime one we did? Well, I can't remember anything.
It was. You had a heavy night at the Eurovision party.
That was it. I can't remember a thing about that, so God knows what happened. Gaz,
by the end of it, you were just waiting for food.
Gaz was like, I told you this last week. I told you this last week.
Lindsay thought she's got a pumpkin plant that my boyfriend Dan's given her, and she thought the pumpkin's going to grow under the ground like a potato. She didn't realise it's going to have a flower and then have a pumpkin. It's a whole new world of information.
Yeah, I'm going to get more than one pumpkin. I don't even like pumpkins. But if I grow my own, I'll be
Well, it's not for eating, it's for carving.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you've got to do a Halloween pumpkin.
Yeah, I'm not going to eat that. Don't worry about that. So we've got 3 episodes to talk about. Do you want to talk generally about how the week
happened in the week.
It was a good week, wasn't it?
I mean, I never don't enjoy this Big Brother.
No,
I think VIP was a bit dry. Had its difficult episodes where it was like all focusing on Thomas Markle.
Oh,
but
God.
Civilian, I feel like I generally enjoy this version of Big Brother, and sorry haters. Haters go and hate.
The haters haven't been too bad this week. A few niggles.
We were very kind on the haters last week. Even Alfie said he's listened to it. He was expecting us to go in hard on him, and we didn't.
Alfie, just you wait. I think I'm happy now that I don't think they're going to let anyone interesting go.
Oh, was there any more new people in? I thought you were going to say.
Oh, God, I hope not. Oh, old people, it's fine.
Yeah.
Tahan, Ben from Brisbane, otherwise not interested.
But Danny Hayes, I saw Danny Hayes on Instagram Live today.
Oh yeah, go
on his motorbike with his camera in his face.
Yeah.
Going, I'm in Northern Ireland! I'm in Northern Ireland!
Racist.
The wind sound.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I'm looking for my friend. I don't know, whatever the name was.
Yeah.
And I looked at him, right, and he had his bike helmet on. So you could just see he had goggles or whatever. Biking glass. Maybe there were glasses. Does he wear glasses? He does wear glasses.
Yeah, he does.
I could just see his nose, and I thought, God, he's got a right Irish nose on him. He must have Irish roots. He looks like my dad a little bit. So maybe that's why he's in Northern Ireland. Perhaps he's coming over to London. We could get him on the show.
Perhaps he's coming over with his winnings. Oh no, because they've not crowned the winner yet, have they?
Oh, from this series?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, do you know we're having a full live final this year?
Yeah, so how's that work then? Do you know?
The same as during Chad's series.
Oh yeah, no, that wasn't like.
Chad had a live final because his mum. Someone swore, didn't they? And his mum said something.
Oh yeah,
weird.
he said he was gonna.
It?
Didn't he say, "Oh fuck, I'm gonna go get some fucking beer or something"? Something based like that. Okay, well that was shit though, wasn't it? Better than the pre-recorded one, admittedly, but it's still shit.
I can't remember the final before. Oh, Marnie, yeah, that was live too, wasn't it? It was in the studio. Do you remember? Because SJ had like a space suit on. Marley had that yellow suit. And
oh yeah.
Christina came as a Disney princess.
Oh yeah.
/ Eurovision entry.
God, you got a good memory of that series.
Well, good Big Brother stays with me.
Bloody hell! Christ.
People screaming, going, "Good Big Brother!" I don't know what he's talking about.
I don't think there was a crowd there though.
Oh, definitely a pre-recorded crowd, probably.
Yeah.
Because it was COVID times. Now Sonia did a podcast, right?
Now listen.
Sonia, our girl Sonia, she's been doing the podcast, but she's on this thing called TV Reload, which is with Benjamin Norris. You know who that is?
I recognise the name.
He's like an old BBAU.
Oh yeah.
And she was saying on that, like he's asking the right questions. It's like people always ask me, is Big Brother Australia ever going to be live again?
Yeah.
Like Ben Norris knows shit about what's going to happen on Big Brother in the future. Sonia, however, might.
Yeah, people ask us shit. You never know.
That's true. Sonia basically was like, it's really hard to do a live show in COVID times. It's also like, this came back before COVID.
COVID times is over,
That's
bitch.
rubbish. Yeah, it's monkeypox times now.
Welcome to the new pandemic. Oh, God.
So yeah, she basically said, TV's always evolving, and she made this comment
That's
about...
devolving, not evolving.
Ain't
it?
The devolved government of the United Kingdom. She made a comment about like how the world is now like looking to BB Australia for influence.
Oh no!
And she mentioned the UK.
Oh no, the super fans
Including
will
the
be up in
UK.
arms. No, we ain't looking to that for influence.
You don't
We're
know what's
looking to
happening
go
at the
back.
conference.
Nah, we're looking to go back to basics, Sonia.
We're getting the chickens back, Sonia.
Yeah.
Little do you know.
That's what the viewers want.
We're putting in fake newspapers again. So yeah, Sonia also was like, yeah, we're having a proper full live final this year. But that wasn't the first I heard about that. I found this gossip site where like they get the tittle tattle, and I need to look at it more often for the intel for you. But is it called Josh, the guy that went first?
Yeah.
He's really pissed off about how he was edited. He's obviously thinks he's been made to look a psycho.
No, it didn't show the cornflake. What's that?
He's saying like his one he went on Instagram Live and he was like, his one thing is they can't control me at the final. Like I can go and say whatever I want.
Yeah, they can.
Guess
Not
what?
invite you down there.
Yeah, exactly. You just said that publicly.
What an idiot! As if they're not even going to ask him one question now.
Mind
What's
you,
Stevie going to say?
That's not uncommon. Do you remember they had everyone on the screen and like barely spoke to anyone?
Oh yeah,
on the last final.
Yeah,
the
just speak to Danny
final.
Hayes. That's all you need.
He was really nervous. Whoa, Sonia!
So, anything else? Any other tittle tattle? Didn't you have an interaction with Tully or Alfie did or someone?
No, this was last. I said she liked one of our tweets. So I think it was a retweet I did on BB on Blast.
And she said something. Alfie said.
Oh.
About why is Big Brother making her look like this? Or whatever.
Alfie tweeted like, "Oh, can't Big Brother just
stop?"
Highlighting that Tully's talking to Joel and let her be herself, and she was put the praying hands emojis, and amen to that.
Come on, Tully, you know what you're there for. Just cry and be moody and stomp off. That's your role in life.
Well, I've listened to her as well on TV Reload, plus her own podcast.
Oh, yeah. See, I don't want to listen to those podcasts because I worry that they're spoiled.
Well, exactly. It is a bit of a worry listening to them, because even if they're trying to... Obviously, they're under contract. They're not allowed to say too much, but sometimes the way you talk...
things slip, yeah.
Exactly, and I get the impression that Benjamin Norris has been allowed all the files, and he's going through them, because he says he's quite far into the series. And I'm almost a bit disappointed in that. I know Tully was going in with a boyfriend. She did that last time too. But she basically said that, going in there and living with Drew made her realise like how great her current relationship is. And I was like, well, that sort of takes away the sort of, the potential for...
Yeah, but come on, we know they ain't gonna.
True.
But I must say, it does annoy me, Drew being in this showmance with Sam. Like, I want Sam to go so we can see Drew and Tully together.
She's getting in the way.
Yeah.
Muddy in the water.
Yeah, she's in the way. Like, I want to see them have more conversations, not Drew just getting off with Sam. Makes me jealous.
Have you been like listening to any content or consuming any content around the show?
Oh, actually, I need to check to see if because Rob has a podcast normally do cover it on one of their little side shows, so I'll have a check. I'll listen to it for next week if there is one. Something in my mouth. I don't know what that was. Yeah, I'll set that as homework. At the moment, I've been listening to not Kevy Webby. That's
Kevin's
a different
podcast.
person. No, Kevin, BB Can 10's Kevin,
What's
his
going
deep
on?
dive with Taran, 5.5 hours.
Fucking hell.
But I actually found out something very interesting from it. Do you want to hear it now? Before we got into it? Sure.
Take a detour to BB Can.
Kevin's job in real life is solutions consultant.
Okay.
He spends hours and hours on calls. He said thousands of hours doing objection handling. Like, that's his job.
What's that?
So, but imagine what that gives you in the Big Brother house for that your job to be literally objection handling. Like, so
What's
basically he's trying to sell like software to companies.
Okay.
And he said it's not just like you sell them one product, you negotiate with them for like 6 months to push the deal through.
Yeah.
So like all his skills are like about negotiating, like responding to people's complaints and stuff.
Sure.
But he said you're not allowed to lie, like on the phone to them, because obviously ethically you're not allowed to lie.
But in the Big Brother house?
Yeah, in the Big Brother house you could. But I
heard him say his favourite thing was lying. Don't know why I saw that on a clip somewhere.
But I just thought that was interesting. Like, that's literally his job, to like sit there, listen to people's objections and counteract them.
Process it and try to sort of turn it around.
Yeah, and that's exactly what he did in the Big Brother house.
Objection handler?
Yeah.
It sounds like customer service, but not.
Yeah, solutions consultant he is.
What a sort of job title that tells you nothing.
Yeah.
It's like
But
engineer.
I bet he earns a decent amount from that. And he was saying a lot of the time in the house, you'd see him, he would sit on the floor to like give the others the position of power above him.
Sure.
And he said he likes like playing from the back, like he liked being at the bottom of the house because he said he could play better that way. He said when he got in the power, like finally at the end, he didn't know what to do with it.
Ah, that makes sense because he did go a bit.
Yeah, he went a bit funny, didn't he?
Yeah,
it's interesting, very interesting. Yeah, so that was my little tidbit from that. I'll find out.
I'm only 5 hours of podcast.
No, I'm only halfway through it, so I'll have some more tips.
There was it was that Luke Toki podcast, wasn't there, last year?
I listened to this
blow by blow of all every day. It was who was that did that? Some really boring
2 girls,
women.
yeah.
Are they still going?
I don't know. I've not heard from them since. They're probably the ones covering it now. But I've listened to Summer's deep dive. That was about an hour and a half. Hermon's, it was boring, and she was going on about wanting to be on telly again. Hermon's, which was okay, and then Betty's one was okay.
Is her and Josh really a real thing that it's done?
It's done.
I thought not. Didn't you?
No, she said the way she was talking about him, she hates him.
It's not just for.
She's like he made
publicity.
No, she was like he made an idiot out of me and blah blah blah. You could tell she hates him, and she said I didn't know him beforehand. I don't need to know him afterwards.
Came with
it's
nothing,
like,
leave with nothing.
Yeah, I'm not here to make friends. It's like no, they're definitely donezo. Should we talk about Big Brother Australia?
Yeah, I don't think I've got like notes all the way because I remember that I've been basically coinciding with eating food whilst watching. So
I'll have to lead us through.
You might have to. I've got that it was Sam's birthday and Reggie had to make fish and chips, but I think this is me doing very sparse notes.
So I'll tell you what happened.
Go
it was
on.
Sam's birthday. She was snogging Drew. I thought, it's your birthday already. Now you get to snog Drew. What more do you want? So I was confused. How is Reggie making them fish and chips when they're supposedly on rations?
How much fish and chips does 2 people need as well?
They got a bottle of wine. It's the middle of the day. Like, what the hell?
Big Brother's... It's the classic. Big Brother Australia.
A date.
They like to make someone cook for somebody else, don't they? But they didn't do the whole people pining over it or going like,
waiting on
I wish
them.
we could eat that.
Now, I've been on Drew's lip watch since last week. You said,
fillers or no fillers?
No fillers.
Just puffy?
We saw the old...
Just the puffy face?
No, because we saw the old clips. They showed the old clips of him and Tully, didn't they? They look the same. But they're very rosy. But no, he's not...
Perhaps he's had the bee sting therapy.
I'm getting my lips done tomorrow.
Yeah, what are you having done tomorrow with yours?
Tattooed. Lip blush, it's called.
Are you going to make them a bit bigger? Or...
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, like a bit more defined shape.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not bigger, like bigger.
Go
but
on,
like,
go for it.
like
big old fish lips.
Ronald McDonald. No, so Drew's lips are all good. Big Brother said, "Who wants a surprise?" and brought out a boxing ring.
This is the start
like this.
of Battle Week.
I thought this was quite fun, didn't you?
Oh yeah, it was. Was it for a shop? Was it for shopping, or was it just for the sake
of
it?
It was for Italian dinner.
Oh, of course. We all know what happens at a dinner, and it actually did happen this time. Reggie was mistaken toe to toe. Housemates going toe to toe for toe wrestling. Which I don't know, you wouldn't cope with that. Is that a thing?
Oh, it sounds horrible.
Should we have a go?
Oh, definitely not.
Yeah, they've got to compete to win their seat at the dinner. They basically put that boxing ring up, didn't they? And then Tim and Taras had to compete to build flat pack chairs.
I thought Tim would be hopeless at this, didn't you?
Did you?
Yeah, I don't know why.
We've all built flat pack, haven't we?
Not me. I get angry with it and smash it.
You hire someone in to do it for you, don't you?
Oh, well, when you're rich, you don't have to do these menial things yourself.
You could have hired me to do it. Some of us lowly, villagers need an income.
And lest we forget, the electric shock, not suits, but pants.
Pads, just the pads.
Pants.
Why not go the full way and put them in
Come on,
suit?
we need the booty do.
We need the booty do. Speaking of which, Todd Bridges is losing weight apparently, but I saw him in a very baggy t-shirt. I need him to get back in the lycra to prove it. That he's got the booty dome.
Stand on the side.
Yeah, get on a little sled. Actually, wasn't it they had to squeeze past that wall that was making them all feel fat? Remember?
Oh, yeah. That was a different time. So Tim was trying to be funny, and Big Brother goes, "Leave the commentary to me, Tim." It's like, oh. We had Trev versus Estelle. They had to eat another old classic, the chili cupcakes.
Hang on a minute. You're forgetting that Tim won that, built his chair, sat on it, and Big Brother was shocking him so much that the whole thing collapsed. I was really concerned for his,
Do you still win?
You know, his everything. Nether regions. Because if you go
Tim
through
don't
a chair...
use those nether regions. He keeps them private.
could be really dangerous. Stabbed
true.
by a IKEA
There's a lot
chair
of
leg.
health and safety issues on Big Brother Australia. I'm going to write to Ofcom about it. And then to the financial
That's right,
ombudsman.
Ofcom about a TV show you've downloaded illegally.
They send the police round.
You're under arrest.
And rightly so. Oh dear.
I'm coughing. I want to apologise for not being able to breathe through most of last week's podcast because I have got a problem with my sinuses. But today I've got spray. So.
Oh, why are you coughing then?
Oh, Dan wants me to go to the doctor about my cough. He says I've had it for too long.
Oh, yeah, isn't it? If you've had it for like longer than 8 weeks, you're supposed to go to the doctor or something.
Is it? Oh, I haven't had it that long.
Something like that. Sorry, did you have more to say about the flat pack?
No, tell me about the Scovilles, please.
Oh, well, they had to eat chili cupcakes. Like, this one's 10 billion Scovilles. This one, it's like goes up like by a ridiculous amount. This one's.
Oh my god! It was like 700,000. It went up to. And Big Brother said the average hot sauce is 5,000 Scovilles.
That Scoville scale is a bit janky, then, isn't it?
Who created that?
Yeah, because like
Philip Scoville.
5,000 and. Whatever it is, can't be that much. Can't be that nice. Had you written that one down?
No.
That was good.
Slow burn.
That can't be that much different. It's 5,000 and.
Oh, you mean you reach a point?
Yeah, you reach a point where it can't actually get any hotter, right? Right? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I do. Yeah, I guess. Have you ever? What's your worst reaction you've had to spicy food?
I actually like hot and spicy chicken.
But how many Scovilles though?
Well, I've had the spicy McDonald's burger. I like that.
It's about -10 Scoville. I've had quite extreme reactions because obviously I've lived in Asia where it's not
humble, right?
it's not uncommon to get like pretty spicy food.
What about Spicy V? What does she? What does she do?
How many Scovilles is she? I get like tingly fingers.
Oh.
And
I feel it in my finger.
That's like you sort of like feel it over your whole body, go tingly when it's like really high, and it makes me hiccup as well.
Oh yeah.
I didn't notice no hiccuping. Was there any hiccuping?
Don't think so.
Always my go-to when I have too much chili.
Well, so Estelle was struggling.
Didn't she say she'd had to do it before?
Oh,
you know, back in the day,
like
that
Mikey.
period when they were going around, going around the BB houses, making people eat Scotch bonnets.
Going round the BB house, going round to all the different BB houses. Here, take these chilies.
From the conference, here's one. Yeah. You can all do.
A fucking care package of chilies. Tim said she looks like she's praying to God, and then they had this like trippy graphic where she's like, "Don't break the CGI budget, BBAU." And Estelle won somehow. God alone knows how. And then ran
Wasn't she against Trev?
Off. Yeah, I thought he was a shoe-in.
Well, he just swallow that whole.
Yeah.
Do you think if you like get the cupcake in, don't chew it, just go?
Yeah, that's what I think Jack was saying. That was a good way to do it. I don't know how he
might choke on the cupcake though.
Yeah, then you have to have the Heimlich.
Reggie and Lulu had to go head to head against each other for like a slush puppy getting a brain freeze.
Do you know what? That'd be one of my worst ones. Don't you think it's the most horrible feeling?
It's not a nice feeling.
I would not like that. But the chili one I wouldn't like either. I would rather stick with a flat pack, please.
I wonder what they call a slush puppy in Australia. I finished my wine.
So have I.
I'll get the bottle.
Then we had some standard animal cruelty.
Oh yeah, was
standard.
A rat in a box.
Next to
it's a rat in a box.
Like despite all my rage, I'm still just a rat in a cage. Smashing Pumpkins. So yeah, there was like Layla and Joel had to do it. There was like
Oh, they had
A
to
rat.
identify
Oh,
what
was it? A rat and a bit of cheese.
A wheel of cheese.
A wheel of cheese.
The whole
Fucking hell.
wheel.
You might as well just put that there.
Did they eat the wheel of cheese afterwards?
Yeah, I don't know. I think they just stamped on the rats and got on with their lives.
I wonder if they were like somebody's pet.
Are they like
rats?
stunt rats or just ones they found out the back?
From the sewer. BB sewer rats.
Thanks.
The sewer rats died of death, didn't they? I guess they're just all OGs now.
Yeah. So Joel won that again just because he wins everything. Next we had tennis balls. What happened with these tennis balls?
What, over the wall?
No.
You know that thing in the past where you had to throw a ball and you had a Velcro pad and it stuck to it? Stick ball.
Oh, yeah.
It was like that, but they were in like a Velcro suit and they had to pick up the balls.
Oh, that one's easy. I'll do that one.
Shit.
I'll do that one. Drew and JC.
No, they did the pumping.
Hold on. I don't know. I've lost track here.
See, the balls were so boring. You didn't write about them.
No, I didn't. I just wrote tennis balls and that was it.
I didn't write either. So Drew and JC had to go. By the way, JC is spelled Jaycee.
Go on.
And I took the piss out of Liam for writing it like JC Lynn in the email. And actually, that's not how JC Lynn was spelled anyway.
Sorry,
so
Liam.
I take that back, Liam. I do.
No, JC Lynn was spelled like that, wasn't it?
No, remember, we realised it was spelled a different way at the end. It's like
oh god,
Jayce.
Oh.
JC, or was it J?
No, it was the same.
No, Jacey. It was
Jacey. It was it?
I think so.
No, I don't think so.
So I confirmed from Instagram.
See, this is the thing because we don't look at Twitter. We don't know how things are spelt. So, look, all I hope is that JC doesn't get that secret power of veto and chooses not to use it in Big Brother because that would be very disappointing.
It's Jacey.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, and her name's Graham actually, Jason Lynn Graham, but not a patch.
Is she dating
Nikki Graham.
Is she dating Gino now?
I don't actually.
Any pictures of them cuddling?
Or care to find out?
Well, I thought as you're on her Instagram.
Well, okay, let's have a look.
I could see them trying
they are together.
Yeah, I could see them trying to cling on to that showmance, isn't it?
Hashtag TITTO.
TITTO.
What does it mean?
Titio.
Titio. No idea.
So next we found out that Drew is really good at pumping. Ooh,
yeah, this was just the innuendo section, wasn't it?
They're like making Drew out to be a piece of meat. Drew's got more.
He is a piece of meat.
He's got more to him than that. He's got a little bitchy side as well.
Yeah. Well, I heard. Tully,
he is a piece.
I heard. Well, he is really.
Come on, how dare you?
I mean, who's the more important, Drew or Tully?
Drew.
Nah, obviously Tully.
Well, it depends what you mean by important. No, I'm sick of this Drew erasure. When they put Drew in, he was like, "Oh, what? How will people remember you, Tim and Tully?" No,
exactly.
No. Drew came fourth. He beat Tully by quite a long way, by many weeks.
A country mile.
Yeah, by many weeks, and he had loads of things going on with Tim, Mr. Chuckles, doing that mime that really made Tim laugh. Loads of shit. Talking to Surly through the grate.
Oh, yeah?
He had so many things. Being in, singing, "We are watching you tonight."
Drew, Tully is saying that, like, Drew is kind of getting a good edit. Like, people aren't really seeing, like, what, like, a dick he can be.
I want to see him being a dick. I like it.
Yeah, we are seeing a bit of it, but I think that Tully
settled down. Tully's a dick as well.
She didn't say dick outright. I might be putting words in her mouth, but like,
you'll be getting a tweet next.
Like, I guess like Tully is entitled to have a more of an opinion about Drew because she was literally in a relationship with him, and she knows him very well.
Yeah. So
perhaps she feels that maybe he's getting a good ride from Big Brother. I don't know. I don't know.
That's because he's hot. That's all you need to get a good ride from Big Brother.
Well, Tully looks good too, no?
Yeah, Tully does look good. The only thing I would say, these fucking clothes she's wearing, the bucket hat, the fucking pajamas she had on look about 15 sizes too big for her. She's wearing the matching bucket hat and the shirt, the fisherman's hat. That's not even a bucket hat. That's like a fisherman's hat.
With the cap up. I think
Tully used to have good style. Having said that, one eviction she looked really good. She had red lipstick on. She was strobing. What is it?
Oh no, she looked great.
Stroving. Do you know what that is?
No,
it's when you have your jacket over your shoulders. Jack was telling me it's called shroving or something.
Anyone with a red lip looks
She
great.
looks so good with that. Someone else had a red lip at the same time. And they look she does look good. It's just her casual wear's gone a bit skewy. I feel like she's trying to cover up her body. That's my theory.
I'll tell you what, she revealed on her own podcast, I think, that Big Brother put like t-shirts in her case for her to wear. The band t-shirts and stuff.
Tully,
which is almost in alignment with Drew's style.
Tully thinks she's rock and roll, but she's not. That's what Tim said about her.
There you go. And it's because those t-shirts were not her own.
No.
They wanted her to be a rock chick-ish aesthetic.
And she wants to be a fisherman instead.
Yeah, exactly. She wants to be oversized tie-dye pyjamas.
That's my theory. I think she's trying to cover up her body because I think she knows people, because she's aged, just like everyone has. She knows.
How dare she?
Yeah,
aged
exactly.
In the past 9 years, or however long it was.
Listen to my theory. Yeah. She was obviously very, very thin before. I think she's going to think people are going to be like, oh, Tully's fat now. Obviously, she's not, but people are going to be like that just because she's aged. So I think she's wearing those baggy clothes so people don't say that shit. That's my theory.
I wouldn't be surprised. Like, going in Big Brother is really exposing experience.
And going in years later, of course, people are going to compare you to your younger self.
Yeah.
Like me with Drew. Like, oh, God.
Yeah, you've always gone all puffy.
Oh, yeah,
Part of the problem.
He is puffy now. Yeah, I know, but I'd still get off of him.
But also, you say that, I've seen Tully's cleavage as well, and she looks good.
Yeah, no, I know she looks good.
So she's not afraid to... I mean, she's not out of shape by any means.
No, and I didn't mean that at all. She was very, very skinny before, is what I mean. Sure. Now she's just normal size.
But don't forget, everyone's going in as well off the back of a lockdown, and none of us are the same size that we were.
Oh, God, well, I was... not Jack. Gaz was just advising me to do some squats.
Yeah.
So I did ask his advice. He didn't just come around.
Oi, get off that sofa. Give me some squats.
Because I'm trying to lose weight before I start my new job. But anyway, I actually think out of Tim, Drew and Tully, Tim... looks the same. Tim looks the same
Maybe
to me.
That's not fair.
Not the best, because let's face it, Drew looks the best. But Tim looks more. Tim, it could be the next year.
Tim.
It could be the next year. I think it's just because the way Tim behaves as well. Like he never grow up.
He's a young soul.
He'll never grow up, will he? He's just so stupid and immature.
One thing this is jumping ahead a bit.
This is going to be a long fucking podcast.
One thing Tully said on the podcast with Benjamin Norris. Was that the dynamic of being back in their house, it just slipped back into what it was before.
Yeah, of course.
So even though like she's good friends with Tim now,
yeah,
he obviously started like winding her up.
Yeah,
and she said it's like when you go home to be with your family at Christmas, like suddenly like you expect your dad to make you eggs, and everyone just fell back into their old roles, which does happen.
And I noticed as well, we're coming to it as well, but we might as well talk about things as we think of them, otherwise we'll never come to them.
We'll forget them.
Yeah, but her and Drew, obviously they don't fancy each other anymore, but they have that intimacy that you have with someone who you've been with for a long time, and that shared. I don't know. I would still.
It's almost hard to not be like that.
It is, because when you know someone inside and out, I would be the same with James. If I saw James, even though I don't fancy James anymore and I don't love him anymore, I would have that. I know I would still not vibe off him, but have that same
dynamic.
Yeah, that same like sort of cheeky dynamic with him, because that's just how we were.
Yeah.
And when you got all that history and all that share, and they went through like a traumatic experience together, basically, didn't they?
Big Brother.
Yeah, well, yeah, and all the fallout from it.
Yeah.
I don't know. You can just see that intimacy between them,
which no one else has.
No, and it's undeniable. They just know. She's like, oh, called him Anthony, and because that's his name and stuff.
That's weird that that's his name.
Yeah.
I didn't really realise that.
Oh, Jack was investigating that a while back. Like, I think his name's actually Anthony. I was like, who cares? Investigating.
I think Drew's his surname.
Yeah, Anthony Drew. It's a nice name, actually. Anyway, come on, we need to get back on track.
Battle week.
Next, we had Dave and Sam licking the screen until you find the word. Is this okay in a post-COVID landscape?
Oh, I'm sure they've fully, disinfected that screen, or it's a fresh one. They just peeled the plastic off.
It was quite funny to watch. Actually, there'd be quite a few good photos for the podcast.
Is it okay to get a gay man to lick a screen like that? What do they say? He's got like skills with his tongue.
Well, as long as there's no monkeypox been in that area. Have they got it in Australia yet? Apparently, it's affecting the gay people.
Back then.
Oh yeah.
Bear in mind. It wasn't a thing yet, was it? It's new. No. It's new, the monkeypox.
It looks absolutely gross, that monkeypox.
Also, getting Sam to lick the screen, was that just opportunistic?
Oh, probably. Johnson versus Alicia. Oh,
The chicken feed.
Come
Nice to
on.
see chickens in the BB house.
Yeah.
Did Australia have the chickens back in the day? I guess so.
Yeah, of course they did.
I wonder how many years they had them for. We stretched the chickens out for a good while, didn't we?
Yeah, 2 or 3 years till we started killing them.
Yeah,
by accident, not
people
eating
started
them.
complaining.
Yeah. So I've got a few thoughts on this.
Fate phobia or what?
Just how does she pass the task, or did she win? No, she can't have won. She shouldn't have even been in the running. She wasn't tied down. They weren't pecking her. She was just screaming. And, like, Johnson had like 85% of the chicken feed on him, and she had
also,
nothing.
It's all poured over. They poured like, what was it?
Yeah.
Molasses or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
All over their actual clothes.
Yeah.
Those clothes are going to be ruined.
Ooh.
Imagine that.
Also, is it cruel to the chickens? I think it might be.
They were hungry, so no, they had a great time. It was actually a buffet. But
she did seem quite scared of them, to be honest.
she did. I don't think that was an act. I think that was a real fear.
No, that was not an act. She was like basically hyperventilating.
But she did fail the task, really. But Big Brother wanted to give her the big overcoming your fear moment. Were you inspired by that?
I've not been so inspired since I saw Peter Brown eat that salad. Luckily, they can't bring your fear into the Big Brother house. Is that okay to say?
But less of that, the better.
Sorry. So Tim handcuffed Johnson and Alicia. Alicia said, "I don't want a bird to peck my fanny." This was when I realised that who Alicia reminds me of. Jess from BB Australia, Married at First Sight. Jess from the Celebrity Edition. Big lips.
Oh, Jessica Power.
Yeah, don't you think she's got a bit of
Alicia
her vibe?
reminds you of her?
Yeah.
Oh,
No?
No, she's nothing of the sort.
Okay. Jesus.
I don't mind Jessica Power.
I didn't mind her either. I don't really mind this Alicia, to be honest.
She was a bit of a non-event, though, Jessica Power. I expected more from her.
Yeah, she had her little sassy moments. Sassy, that sounds sexist. Johnson was actually being quite funny. He said, "This is the most attention I've had all week," when the chickens are pecking her.
He said, it's always a great day when no one dies, which I agree with.
Oh, God. That's dark. Oh, yeah, Dave said that.
Was it Dave? Oh,
yeah.
it was Dave. Yeah, you're right.
Joel said, "It's always hard to be tied down." And I thought, how do you know, mate?
Yeah, web slinger.
I've said about Joel and Alicia, I keep forgetting these two are showmancing as he's out of her league. Oh, foreshadowing. I shouldn't have said that. That's very inappropriate.
Well, you said it last week too, so...
Oops.
Started as you meant to go on. Big Brother's asking
I must have meant it.
Alicia, why she and I've written Dave haven't kissed yet, which can't be right, because I know the answer to that.
I would like to see it, but...
You even kiss me. Joel, she and Joel have not kissed yet. This is the beginning of this.
I've got a lot to say about that when we get to it.
Big Brother said to Joel, good thing, Joel's basically like, now I've got a soft spot for Alicia. Big Brother's like, well, good job. Good thing she wasn't evicted when you nominated her then.
Yeah, might have been better for him. Big Brother's always trying to meddle and get people to get off with each other. It's Big Brother's like a mum, like going, "Oh, you should go out with this person."
Yeah, when you're going to have kids, shut up, Big Brother.
Fuck off, stop meddling in the game.
I don't mind with the game so much, but I don't want them to sort of try and force the showman.
No, Big Brother interfering, I thought. Sam was compliment fishing about her Instagram. Okay.
That's Jessica Power's moment, wasn't it? Talking about how many Instagram followers she had.
And saying it was the same as someone creating great works of art.
Did Thomas Markle get pissed off with it?
Oh, no, yeah, that other guy did, yeah.
That artist
he
guy.
was like dissing her for her followers. To be fair, it's not the same.
That was quite funny.
It was funny, though.
He had that inspiring,
backstory,
about the art and, overcoming addiction. Yeah. She was worried about the likes she was missing out on.
To be fair, I'm sure she's got a lot more followers than him.
That and the gummy snake, that's the legacy of VIP.
What the hell have I written here, Gaz?
I don't know.
Pizzas and canned spaghetti. Oh, is that what?
Well, pizzas didn't come into... Oh, no, pizzas were on the Italian feast table. So the table for the dinner is set up One side is a lavish spread
That was it.
that BBAU loves to do. You got your pizza, your spaghetti.
Oh, Jack was like, "Oh, that food looks good."
Send in the bulldozer.
I thought Tully was going to be under the cloche, didn't you? Come on.
We were always waiting for that moment, but
it did happen recently on BBAU.
Oh yeah, it did, didn't it? We thought that would have been outlawed since the police were called into BB5 UK. In the BB production handbook, must not hide housemate under cloche. And the other side was a bowl of like spaghetti out of a tin.
Yeah.
Did you used to have that when you were a kid?
Alphabet spaghetti. I didn't know, but other kids did. I still had the phobia even back then.
I just like the hoops. You had the hoops. I like those, and the alphabet one, but not those strands. They're a bit odd.
God. And what else was there?
Oh,
bread and
just
something.
bread.
It did look pretty shit.
So conveniently, and my boyfriend Dan believes Big Brother created this.
Go on.
Drew and Sam were on either side, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I think they were on different sides of the table.
Yeah, she was down the end, wasn't
and
she?
she was sitting at the head of the table, which did work out quite well visually for Big Brother.
The most sus part was, just as they heard something, Drew, looked over his shoulder and then laughed. It was so obvious Drew knew what was happening and Drew was coming in.
They didn't know.
They fucking
didn't.
did.
Tully didn't know
That
he was
is
going to be there.
Bollocks.
That's what she said.
Drew, did you see Drew's reaction? He did not look shocked in the slightest.
Well,
he looked like...
probably expecting it to happen.
Yeah, he looks like when I look over my shoulder and see you arrive 3 hours late. That's how he looked. Actually, I would be more shocked. No, don't know. He just looked like he'd been waiting for it.
You'd be more shocked because I was only 3 hours late rather than 6.
And they later said, we're friends in real life. You're telling me Drew, Tim and Tully haven't talked about going on that show? You must be fucking born yesterday if you actually believe that shit. This is like Caitlyn Jenner in the lift all over again. You ain't got a clue.
100% happened. Bring out the picture of me sitting on Santa's knee with BBAU logo. Thanks, Alfie.
Come on, what did they say on the podcast?
Tully is saying on the podcast that she basically got a call from a producer. She said this on Too Much Tully, her own podcast. And she was like, they're friendly. And she is a producer that worked on her original season of BBAU. Mm-hmm. But back then, she was pretty low down in the ranks. And now she's kind of senior. And I think Sonia was singing the praise of this woman as well on TV Reload. Mm-hmm. Anyway, Tully was like, I answered the phone and she was laughing and I just laughed back because I didn't really know what she was going to ask. And she's like, I thought she was going to maybe talk to me about casting for Survivor or whether I knew anyone who would be up for going for a show.
Yeah. Imagine Tully on fucking Survivor. Jesus.
And then she said, we want you to come back. And she was like, what? Really surprised. So she was like...
Did they say it was a twist or no? I guess not.
No, just that they wanted her to come back into the house. And then she was like, well, basically my thought process was they can't just want me. It must be other people coming back too.
Yeah.
But she didn't expect it to be Drew.
Oh, she thought Tim.
Yeah, I think she expected Tim to be there, but she's saying that she didn't know Drew was going to be there.
That is absolute bollocks. I do not believe that for 1 second. Listeners, please tell me, do you actually believe that? Drew literally just looked like, oh, Tully.
But... do you think that who has reacted worse to it, Drew or Tully? Who's found it a worse experience? Do you think so far?
I don't think Drew could give two shits. No.
Tully seems a bit. She's even said in the diary room it's awkward.
It would be awkward seeing your ex snogging someone else. Doesn't matter how you feel about them. It would be awkward.
Do you not think that maybe Big Brother set a condition that you're not allowed to talk to anyone else about it? Back in the day, they did the if you get found out, you're not on the show.
Come on, they always got those pre-game alliances.
Maybe there's a risk that if Tully had known Drew was going to be there, she wouldn't do it because she'd think, "Oh, Big Brother's just trying to." But
they're mates. Tully's got a boyfriend. He's he's got a girlfriend, sort of.
Yeah.
Sorry, that whole relationship seems fake as fuck to me. The whole
The
thing.
Sam one.
Yeah, just it happened too quick. I like the slow burn, like Tully and Drew. I don't know. Just
Paul and Helen.
the whole thing stank, as far as I'm concerned. Stank to high heaven.
I do think there's a part of, like, for Tim and Drew, her coming in late, you might think, like, that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So it could still be a surprise. Because you would probably have thought, if you'd have known she was going to be there, she'd be there from the start, just like you were.
Do you want to buy some magic beans?
You got any
Just
snake
listening
oil?
to you talking,
Snake
it's like,
oil?
what planet are you on? God.
Anyway, I'm just going to take a break to burn the sage.
I've put Drew knows, 3 exclamation marks, they obviously spoke. So we found out Tully is going to be the HOH. Have you got anything else to say about how Tully entered?
I've got housemates. This dinner party should be a lesson for you all. Big Brother's game is full of twists and turns. In fact, Big Brother has one for you right now. Housemates apparently get to vote for a head of house going forward.
Okay.
But Big Brother has chosen, who will have unprecedented power, but Big Brother's chosen the first head of household for you.
Unprecedented.
Did they say
I think
unprecedented?
that's how they say it.
Enter with a smoke
Do-do-do-do.
and lights VT. Was that really her walking in, or did they walk her down and film it when they were in bed or something? I don't know. How did they do that?
Yeah, I don't know.
She had a great entrance.
Yeah, she did.
I literally said to Dan, "What an entrance!"
Yeah.
And Dan was like, "Oh my god, it's Tully." Dan doesn't know who Tully is, but he knows that, like, he knows of Tully.
Yeah.
Because I've spoken about her, and he knows she's got a podcast. And obviously, Big Brother's sort of thrown little bits in here and there.
Jack was like, why does Gaz love Tully so much?
I think she's great.
Yeah, she's a good character, but she is a bit of an arsehole.
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
She totally
I mean,
is.
I need to finish the season, so
I like that Tully is flawed, and I listen to her podcast as well. And
she's a good podcaster.
She is a good podcaster, but she's got issues.
Oh well, she knows that too.
Yeah.
She says how she spent a ton on therapy. I mean, flawed characters are some of the most interesting to put in Big Brother.
I think,
of course, she's a flawed character. We know that she didn't cope particularly well with the situation of being in that house necessarily. No. She also went in with a girlfriend and pretty much cheated on national
Left
TV.
with a boyfriend. Not pretty much, 100%. And then
I don't hold that against someone.
And then come out and in her interview goes, oh yeah, me and Drew are just friends. Shameless. Absolutely shameless. Anyway.
I just like her. I just think she's got...
she's a great character.
A certain thing about her.
She does. She's a bit of a one-off, I will say that. So I think it's very lucky that they did give Tully that immunity for a week, don't you? Because she's quite a polarising character, and I think she would annoy people. Whereas if you have a week to sort of get your feet under the table, kick your feet up, then you can ingratiate yourself.
You said this about the sewer rat housemates. It used to be a thing where you're not eligible to go up as soon as you come in because, of course, people are going to circle you and try and get you out as soon as you've got in when they've already formed a bond as a group. Just the way it is. We know that.
Tully has... I don't really want to say this because it feels a bit like... But what? She has had something injected in her face. Let's just put it that way.
I thought she might have had a little bit of...
Yeah, she's a bit... Something here. Something in her cheeks.
Some fillers,
I'm not saying if it's good or bad. I'm just saying she has had something done to her face.
Okay.
That's all.
She said to Drew, "You missed my birthday. Makes sense now." And that was interesting. It's like, okay, Drew would normally acknowledge the birthday.
Which shows they're friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we've listened to her podcast and she says they're friends on there.
She said, actually, have you listened to the episode with him? There's an episode with him.
Yeah, I have listened to it.
I've not listened to that one.
I think I have, yeah.
Tully said, "I thought there'd be ex-housemates, but I wasn't expecting you." Drew said, "I bet you weren't." You don't believe that, though, clearly. Tully was like, "Oh, it was my birthday on Monday." And Dave was like, "Oh, it's her birthday down there on the end." And then Tim's like, "That's Drew's new girlfriend." Tim was really...
couldn't resist,
Tim
could he?
spotted such an opportunity for good TV here.
Yeah, he couldn't resist. Hold on, I've got more before that. Drew said, "This is my ex-girlfriend." I put Tim all excited. I think Tim said, "You can't write this." I said, "You can," because Ted did. Sam wants to know,
Nah, it was Johnson saying you can't write it. Johnson, the super fan.
Then Sam goes, "Oh, why is everyone looking at me?" It's like, well, obviously we know why everyone's looking at you.
That was very Jade-ish.
Yeah.
Not that Jade, the other Jade. Someone gets in a warning.
Oh, yeah, and then when Tim goes, that's Drew's new girlfriend, Tully goes, oh, well, he's never single for long.
Yeah. No, did she say if there's one thing that Drew doesn't like, it's being single?
Yeah.
Did she say that?
And that's a shade, isn't it? That's like, oh, anyone will do for him, don't you think?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It also paints him as being a complete slut.
Fanny rat, yeah. Which I'm sure he is looking like that. And then Tully goes to him, oh, are you actually hooking up with this chick?
She went, are you serious? Week 1. To which Drew said, she's great.
Were Tully and Drew holding hands here, or was that later on?
I don't know.
They were like, literally like, like clasps. I've put, I know this is fake as fuck, but it's hilarious.
Do you know what? Oh yeah, Tully was like, when Big Brother said she was safe for the week, she was like, oh, I'm glad, because we've got a lot of catching up to do.
I was glad, because I knew Tim and Drew were safe for the week as well. I know that's not true, is it? Because,
that's not
see, I was getting confused with the rules.
However, we'll come to the fact that Tully could have secured Tim's safety, but didn't. This HOH can nominate and can vote like everybody else, and they'll be safe for the week. And they also, my theory proven, get exclusive access to the HOH area.
Ah,
the
you
shelf
were right.
above the kitchen.
Yeah, you were right. The
What is it? The head
balcony.
of house suite. Who wants to see my head of house suite?
Oh, better than the old safety suite, isn't it? Not so safety
What's
suite.
the safety suite?
That's where Hazel and Daly went.
Oh god, yeah, that was a little hellhole. Nice bathtub though. I went in there.
So she can invite 2 people up with her, and she invited Tim and Drew. Taras said, what's his name? Taras.
Taras.
I thought that looked wrong. You and Tully seem completely different, he said to Sam. That's not what you want to hear either. Oh, actually, hold on. Is it?
Also, it's a completely non-relevant comment. Like,
yeah. Because if you look the same, that's weird. If you look different, that's weird.
Also, as if Drew only is going to pick carbon copies of Tully from now on. It's like Jack's nothing like James.
No.
Like, Dan's nothing like my ex.
No.
It's just like, so?
Yeah, that would be weird. I mean, people do have a type, I suppose, but I think Tully and Sam are the same height. I think that was revealed later. So Drew obviously likes a tall woman. That's me out the running.
Oh, are they tall?
Yeah, they're both 5'10", they said.
Oh.
So.
You like this moment, I bet.
Oh, in the diary room.
Tim, Tully, and Drew all sat together in the diary room chair. That was a nice moment.
That
wasn't
was, yeah. That's the bit I saw on the clip. Tully said it feels like a family reunion.
Tim goes, oh, everyone loves those.
Yeah. 3 years ago, they had a reunion in a nightclub, and Tully and Drew had a fight. Did Tim reveal that information?
He did. People asked when they last saw each other. Tim said they had a massive fight in front of the whole club.
I want to know what that was about.
Me too. Who's got the footage of that? And then Big Brother asked Drew about Tully and his current relationship status, and Tully immediately piped up and started answering for Drew, which I thought was a bit weird. And then, who said there's been ups and downs. Oh, she said this. There's been ups and downs, but I'm a taken lady. And Tim said, you were a taken lady last time.
He's so quick, isn't he?
And then, I think Big Brother did ask Drew, wasn't it?
No, Tim said, so how did it actually end with you two? I never did find out.
And Big Brother said, neither did I, which I love that moment. And then Tim goes, yeah.
And Tully went, Anthony. And Drew said, we work well as friends in the outside world. And Tim said, but in the Big Brother world.
Yeah. So you didn't work in the outside world, but in the Big Brother.
Yeah, you do work. He's still trying to ship Tim and
exactly. But he's
Drew
also
and
like,
Tully.
He's well aware. You've got a storyline
here.
You know, it's almost doing them a favour.
Yeah.
Let's work the storyline.
Yeah, you're right. So we still didn't find out how it ended, did we? Let's be honest.
No. They had the bottle of champagne on the side, didn't they? And they did a cheers to old friends and lovers, said Tim. I really, really like that moment where Big Brother said neither did I. It was like Tim and Big Brother tag teaming.
Yeah, Tim is like Big Brother, isn't he?
He always has been.
Yeah, he's like, it's like that Kevin thing. Like they're helping make the show great.
Yeah.
Not just by being a good character, but literally thinking of ways to make the show more entertaining. What more could you want?
It's just my favourite moment where Tim goes, I never did get what happened. And Big Brother goes, neither did I. It's so deadpan. Neither did I. And Tim's like, yeah! Tell us what did happen.
So then we had Tully said, I don't know if I can trust either of you.
Oh, this annoyed me. I know Tully comes with built-in paranoia, but can you please
Tully,
not?
now with built-in paranoia.
New for 2021.
Oh yeah, Tim was going, there's a bunch of people with J's and they're working together. She's like, what?
Yeah, she's like, are you serious? Like, what?
Go on.
She literally thought the J crew were a joke. She was like, give me the 411, give me the elevator pitch. And I like that. It's like Tully knows. She's going to be caught up on the game. But she just, not knowing if she could trust him and Drew, I was like, you have to. Yeah, well, Drew said, this reminded me
you have to.
You saying he's got a bitchy side.
Yeah.
He said, well, don't trust us then and see how it goes.
Oh!
And I love shit like that.
Shots fired.
And it's true. What are you going to do, Tully?
Yeah.
Try and like ingratiate yourself with a newbie. You'd be out like a shot.
Tim was denying that he did Tully dirty and said, who... Go on.
Yeah, go on.
No, you go on, you do it.
He said, who did I come to when I came out?
Yeah,
right?
That's interesting, isn't it?
We are good friends.
And Tully obviously, used to be gay.
Yeah, that's true.
So it probably would be because Tim used to be straight and Tully used to be gay.
Yeah.
It's a perfect combination.
Yeah. Yeah. Neither did I.
And then Tully was like, blah, 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 and Drew went, oh, shush, we need him. That's it.
Yeah, I like that too. It's such a good, interesting conversation.
Because it felt real. It felt like a real conversation between friends. It wasn't some staged bullshit. And then Tully said she wasn't going to cry the whole season. How's that working out?
Do you know, I heard Tully respond to that as well, in that she said that, she was called Typhoon Tully, wasn't she? By Australia, I guess. I don't know. Or maybe by the show.
Yeah, maybe.
But she said that she'd consciously wanted to go in and not do that because she didn't want to sort of feed the trolls who would go, Tully, she just cries all the time. So I just think, like, for someone like Tully who made a big impact, going back into the show comes with a lot of pressure. And if you've ever seen what happened to Jade Goody, you would never do it, would you?
But little does Tully know, no cunt is watching this show these days, so she's absolutely fine. Tully goes, is Sam going to be okay with this? I don't know what Drew said to that.
Hang on a minute. Tully said that Tim did her dirty last time.
Yeah.
And he's a manipulator. Tim said he doesn't like the M word. It's called an influencer.
The M word.
Is Sam going to be okay with it? Then it was the Sam in the diary room, right?
What's this? Tully said, I'm agile, and Drew said, I'm lanky.
Don't know.
Sam said, I'm looking forward to getting to know her. Yeah, right. So who would be looking forward to getting to know their boyfriend's ex-girlfriend?
She did admit it was really weird having her in the house.
Yeah. For Sam, let's put ourselves in her shoes for a minute. That must be quite strange, mustn't it? You must feel like a spare part.
I would feel strange.
Yeah.
Actually, what she said was kind of a little bit more, I would say, revealing than what you just said about getting to know her. She said she thought it was good that Tully was the HOH, which I was like, okay. So people can get to know her and the game she's playing.
Oh.
The game she's playing. It's like, my back is up.
She's playing a game right now. And then, what's his name?
Taras.
I need to write that with like an inflection or something. Said a very...
deep?
Yeah. We're just pawns in this game of OGs. And JC said, it's a brutal thought, but he's kind of right. And I've written, the self-awareness. It must be horrible to be a newbie in there and just think, oh shit, I'm just literally the red shirt. Like, I'm just backing.
It's a bit of
I'm an extra.
The John Tickle moment of Hotel California when he was singing Hotel California. It's like, we're just prisoners here of our own device. Like the moment when you realise, this is what I am to this production.
Yeah.
And they are just the extras.
Yeah, can you...
Beautiful, what did you say? Beautiful extras or something, or beautiful pawns. Beautiful pawns, you call them.
Can you imagine, like, if you're in there, how many times Tim gets called to the fucking diary room and how many times you get called?
Yeah, exactly. Imagine. How many times do you think Lara got called?
Yeah. Johnson in his pants said, Johnson walked past in his pants and Tully went, dinner and a show. I don't know what's going on there.
Oh, yeah, and also, in the overheard conversation of the week, Dave was talking about his bushfire. I think this is in the garden. His bushfire recovery work.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, he was talking to regaling Taras with his bushfire work. Obviously, like, you know, good stuff, good
Humble
deeds that
brag,
he's done.
yeah.
However, unfortunately, Big Brother decided to cut away to a conversation with Sam and Drew, checking in with one another after Tully's explosion into the house. I actually kind of want to hear more of those, like, inane,
I know.
everyday conversations.
That's
that you
what
don't
real
get.
Big Brother is, isn't
It's
it?
true, because there's not enough time, is there?
No, that's what the live feeds are for. Sam goes, let's go to the spot where I broke Josh's heart. Ouch, meow. Showing that she's, you know, a powerful woman who can break men's hearts. Like, you know, don't sleep on
She's
me.
a relationship coach.
Intimacy coach.
Oh, yeah, that's the one.
Drew said about Tully, we talk all the time. We're friends.
Sam wanted to run away. And Drew said, there's nowhere to run.
Drew said, this is actually good for us.
Yeah, how?
Good news for us.
It's actually good news for us. I don't...
Well...
A number for the OGs, and who's going to get the OGs to protect her? Or...
Yeah, another number for their side, I guess.
Tully awkwardly crossing paths with Drew and Sam.
Tully's pyjamas and Tim's pyjamas were quite similar, weren't they?
Quite tie-dye-ish.
The baggy tie-dyes. Yeah, Tim did a post about his pyjamas by popular demand.
Everyone needs to know, where did the smiley pyjamas come from?
I've said here, I wish they'd shown Sam and Tully having a conversation. They didn't really show that, did they?
No.
I would like to have seen, you know, how they're going, oh, hi, you know, getting off with my ex-boyfriend.
Well, because probably Tully won't look. There's
Yeah.
nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
And
it wouldn't have made good TV.
exactly, it's not
yeah.
good TV.
You got that wine down there, dear?
I've got it in the fridge.
Oh, come on. Oops.
Sitting around here going, come talk us through the Noms Challenge while I get the wine.
Okay. Oh, no, but I don't know what happened.
Come on.
Okay, there's a comp. Randomly selected teams.
It's
it's
not good for the game.
It's the tug. No, that is good for the game, and I'll tell you why.
Why?
And here's why. Because what?
Okay, is that why? Or is that why?
Because pourquoi?
Pourquoi?
Because they have different types of people on each team. So we have Tim and Joel on one team, right? When Tim and Joel win,
Tim's safe.
no. Oops. Oh. He's just
okay,
spilt wine on the phone.
It's only on the backup.
Listen, this is important. Now listen.
Now
when Tim and Joel win,
yeah,
they have to nominate someone from the other team. Now Tim goes in and he goes, you don't nominate Drew.
Yes.
Joel goes, you
Wow.
don't nominate whoever.
Tim was able to do that.
Yeah. So in a way it's good because it gets rid of
Get through it quicker than me.
gets rid of the weak players in the middle. Gets rid of the people no one cares about. Keeps the people that people care about.
The big fish.
Yes. So it is actually good, yeah.
And it's also a bit like when Danny had his opportunity to... Was he part of a conversation?
Go in the belly of the...
Yeah, a bit like that. I don't know, there was a conversation where it was coming to a time when he would have been targeted, but it was either someone else turned it away from him. I can't remember.
Look, if no one will stick their neck out for you, then... you're probably not good TV.
Yeah,
so who cares?
Time to go.
Yeah, go away. So I actually think the team challenge is good. So what was this challenge all about, Gaz? You normally write it down, the picture and everything.
So
it was the tug of war, if that helps.
Yeah, I didn't take a picture of it. It was a tug of war. Didn't somebody say they don't like tugs of war, as if that's like something people compete in on a regular basis?
We did it at school. I done that at school.
Did you?
Yeah, I done that at school. Like on sports day.
Do you think they did it because of Squid Game, having a tug of war? It wasn't a traditional tug of war, though, was it? Because they were on
people
a pulley...
died at the end.
No, not on Squid Game. It wasn't a pull. It was
I liked it.
They were on a kind
bungee cord kind of thing. Yeah.
Attached to the wall. So they're pulling against one another, but via running away from each other, whereas you're normally sort of like pulling back, aren't you? God, it doesn't need this much section, does it?
It looked good. I thought it was quite tense.
I thought they said that it was going to be 3 players at a time, but it wasn't. So it originally was... There were a red team and a purple team. Tim and Joel against Taras and Drew. I've written Tim looks so sunburnt.
Everyone looks sunburnt, I thought.
I wonder sometimes, is it the files we get? The colour goes a bit
Oh,
iffy.
maybe. What team did the non-binary people go on?
Well, thankfully we don't have to worry about that.
No, Big Brother
Australia.
don't care about that shit.
You have to go with the gender you're assigned at birth, probably, which is even more offensive.
Yeah, they probably would do that shit. Like Piers Morgan's Big Brother now. Okay,
Right,
so
Tim
come
and
on.
Joel versus
Come on.
Taras and Drew. It
Well,
was Tim.
who was your money on?
Tim got the flag. Do you think it was Joel doing the work, as someone said in another
Oh,
comment?
that was
rude.
with Tully. Drew's legs look good, I've written.
Tully, Alicia, and Layla.
Tim had the determination. Do you remember I told you about his mental game?
Yeah.
Tim ain't strong, but he will fucking cling on for dear life. That is Tim's strength. He's got the mental fortitude.
Did Danny have a bit of that? I remember there being
the exact
a comp
same
where
thing.
there was a comp similar
Yeah,
where
the tightrope thing where he was.
the grater, where someone grated Mel or Mel grated someone Christina.
I don't
it
know.
was that one where you had to wait for the moment when you felt the other team were weak, and then you had to hold your ground until you could go for it and then push.
That tightrope one was good too, where he nearly fell off and then he won. Those are the days.
Right, Tully, Alicia, and Layla versus Lara, Lulu, and Sam. Tully, hey Sam, I'm coming for you. That was good. And she was obviously taking the piss. Layla said, everyone assumes we can't do it. Let's prove them fucking wrong. And did they?
Sam's team won.
I forgot to write the winner.
Sam's team won.
So, no, she didn't. Joel and Sam versus Alicia and Dave.
Dave said, you fuckers. Joel is like a little whippet, I've written.
Farmer Dave was making weird noises.
Yeah, oh God, he was grunting and grinding, wasn't he?
As he was weakening, he said, I've got nothing.
You leave, nothing.
The red team won. So basically the red team won all 3 in a row.
Because Joel was on that team.
It won 3 challenge.
They won 3 in a row and Joel was in 2 of those rounds. That's how strong he is. He didn't even get tired after being in 2.
You gotta get him out.
He needs to go. You gotta go.
Get him out. Big Brother said, Tim. Well, Tim's in the red team. I don't know who else is in there, but Tim's in there. Half the housemates never got a look in. Basically asked, will it be difficult? Go on.
Tully said before they went in, if anyone can get people to do what he wants, it's Tim.
Yeah. Big Brother said, Tim, will it be difficult nominating as a group? And Tim said, I don't know how we're going to do it. In the diary room, he said, I'm a talker, is it? I'm persuasive, and people listen to me. So I got to do what I can to protect the OGs. I was like, Tim is going to have to go to work. On this
and he
one.
did. He was the first one who started talking.
Yeah. Did you notice Lulu's sandy boob print? It was so weird.
Go on.
She had a very distinct cleavage on a black top.
Oh, yeah.
But it was just because her boobs had rubbed in the sand. So it was like an illusion of boobs. It was very distracting for me throughout the whole scene.
I'm glad Lulu's done something interesting, because she's not done anything else.
You'll be surprised to hear that Lulu gave Tully her highlight from the time in the house.
Yeah, go on.
She told this story about them singing a lot. Obviously, it won't be in the show.
Oh, no.
And Lulu basically being like, okay, I'm going to do you one more song, when no one had actually asked for another song. And Tully just said it was like a hilarious moment. It was her favourite memory from the house.
Oh, God. She should have took that to a focus group before she said that was her favourite moment. So they nominated Layla.
Tim basically immediately went to work and floated, taking Drew and Alicia out of the equation because...
Yeah, because Joel and Tim are the only 2 people who have people they care about.
Yeah, exactly. Joel's probably... Tim and Joel are
the leaders
of their sides.
The opposing
factions.
sides, yeah.
So to sort of immediately go, look, I'm really friends with Drew, so therefore we should take him out. And you care about Alicia.
Yeah.
It's kind of like both got something they wanted, isn't it?
It's a power play, which I knew was going to happen before it even happened. And sure enough, it happened. And no one else fucking spoke up and said shit to protect anyone else, really, did they?
They just sort of nodded along.
Yeah, just like, yeah, whatever.
So who did we get? Go on.
They put up Layla, Johnson and Dave.
Oh, Dave.
So they told the house... Reggie and Estelle were sobbing.
Oh, yeah. There's a Layla. And Dave, I guess.
Yeah, why did 2 OGs go up when Tim's in that room? That shouldn't have happened. There's 1 hour to campaign. Tim said to Dave, you're not going anywhere, don't worry. Tim wanted to vote Taras, Johnson and Dave. Why Dave? Tim wants to heap votes on Johnson.
If you think about Dave... He's not doing the OGs any
Oh,
favours with the way he's voting.
doing hinky votes.
But I think Tim's also confident that he wouldn't go.
He's much loved, isn't he?
Seemingly. even by OGs. I mean, newbies, sorry.
Layla did a stirring speech about her weight. I think Layla will go, I thought. I was right. Oh, didn't she say first time I came in, like I was bigger and everyone... If you look at a picture of Layla the first time she went
sounds
in...
like she talks like she was fat.
No, she wasn't at all. She had a great body. She had like really big boobs, very curvy, but not fat at all, like sexy. Do you know what I mean? I said to Jack, I bet you'd fancy Layla more the way she looked then. I showed him a picture. He was like, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
What about I want to ask questions so I can understand. Right? Bigger or smaller than Josie Gibson?
Oh, smaller, like...
Okay.
Like... Not fat at all, like curvy. You know when women are curvy with really big boobs and just...
But she made out like she
was
in no shape to win a competition at all.
She must have just like got trolled to fuck when she got out of the house because she wasn't fat at all. She obviously people just made her feel like she was. She had a good body.
Layla was quite worried actually, and rightly so in the end.
The trouble was I don't think Layla made strong enough connections, did she?
No, but you would have thought that the OGs could save her, but they couldn't.
Well, probably because they all voted different ways, didn't they?
Oh, probably Dave fucked it up. Tim was also like reassuring Layla, and he was like, you know, we've got the numbers for you to stay, and Tully's going to evict Johnson. She was worried about Tully, which way she was going to go.
Oh, yeah.
And Tim was like, look, she doesn't know him, and she knows you. Like, she loves you. Of course she's going to save you.
A lot of the girls seemed to take against Layla a bit, didn't they? I don't know why. Look, Layla hasn't even had the chance to do Oats a la Layla the sequel yet. Muesli a la Layla.
Well, she did say she felt comfortable that the OGs have got her back. But yeah, she did say this whole thing about... Was that to Lulu she said that, about losing weight? Yeah. Lulu was giving it the summer, like, I can't make no promises. I haven't decided.
Hold on. Johnson was saying... Johnson dragging Gabby along. Lulu doesn't commit to anyone. Johnson says put the votes on Layla. Johnson said, I need to speak to Tim Dormer, the absolute genius. He's always ready to shake, rattle and roll.
Tim Dormer. It's like you get Madonna and you get the people that have the surname
the two
as well.
names, like
Tim
Kyle
Dormer.
Moore.
Yeah.
That was the first person that sprung to mind. Oh, I'm far gone. Go on, what you got?
What did you say Gabby said to Johnson? Gabby, did you say Gabby?
Johnson dragged Gabby along. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, but she went, don't waste it.
Oh.
I don't want you to go. She basically was like, don't need to campaign to me. And I was like, fuck. Gabby is the one who was with us. Yeah, like she's on our side. Like,
Turncoat.
What? Lulu wouldn't commit to Johnson either, so
Lulu's
she is good for the edit,
annoying.
because you never know what way she's going to go.
No, the swing vote.
Johnson said to Tim, I think this would be the perfect opportunity for two big players to come together. I was not sure what the game Tim was playing here.
Is Johnson a big player? Didn't you do a tweet about that?
Big fan, no.
Someone did a tweet when I looked at Twitter saying Johnson trying to compare himself to Tim as a big player. What a joke.
That's what Alfie might say. But,
probably was.
He goes, let's protect each other to top 10. Tim shook on that. We know the handshake means a lot.
Well, turns he's doing it.
Danny Hayes, it meant a lot, didn't it? Did he go back on his handshake ever? I don't think so.
I'm not sure.
What is Tim doing, I've written? Putting a vote on Dave to waste it?
Well...
actually... That's my prediction beforehand.
Yeah,
he
did do that. Well, he shook hands with Josh before and then evicted... No, Joel before and then nominated him. So Tim's handshake ain't worth the paper it's written on.
Really? I didn't know he did a handshake.
He did. He did that to Joel as well. So now we go over to the eviction zone. The eviction zone.
Sonia in black wave top. Do you remember that?
No.
It went up where you thought it would go down.
Oh.
The neckline went up here.
Trixie. Drew was wearing his old beanie hat that he used to wear back in the day, all similar. And he wears his same glasses that he used to wear back in the day too, same shape. I know he's had the LASIK since he came out of the house because I saw it on the Instagram. I want to get that LASIK. I'm going to get it next year.
Sonia was asking what it was like having Tully walk in. Not awkward at all, said Drew, I guess. Sonia says they got Sam, Drew's ex-girlfriend, for her birthday. Tully said Drew is currently single. And if there's one thing Drew doesn't like, it's being single. She said it in the picture room too.
Dave said, I've got your tat of the week here. Sitting in this chair allows you to find out who you are.
It's a bit of a lame one.
Hold on.
The question, yeah.
I thought someone said, I'm your one-man G-spot. I think it
sure
was Dave,
that.
but I think he actually said Cheer Squad.
Yeah.
But it did sound a bit like G-Spot.
Sometimes it's hard to catch what they're saying, these Australians. Joel said that there's no J Crew anymore.
Yeah, right. Was
yeah.
this when Tim and JC had that argument, or was that a different day?
Not sure, but
That
Tim,
was great.
I got something Tim said.
Go on.
You got to think long term, beyond who you're working with for this particular vote.
So we thought he was going to do some trickery with Johnson.
Don't know. I guess that's what he's saying. You're thinking long term beyond this, who you're working with for this particular vote. Like he is thinking long term because he's already secured his safety with Johnson until top 10.
Yeah. Go on, I think you might have more from this section for me. The next thing I've got is Johnson going around touching everything.
He wants to show the kids, if you're given an opportunity, you take it. Who's this? Dave. Sorry, Dave. Last Big Brother. He wanted to be nominated, he said.
I wonder why.
He said he wanted to find out his worth. Last time around, made me. There you go, that's what he was saying. He wants the kids to see that if you've got an opportunity, you have to take it. Dave is someone who, I watched a clip of Dave.
On the old one?
Yeah, which Big Brother put on YouTube, I think it was.
Oh, yeah.
Did you watch this series?
No.
So he obviously came out in the house, and it was one of those stories where his family didn't know either.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing was, Big Brother sent them on a speed dating night, and he'd obviously been getting close to a girl.
Oh, okay.
And she was quite invested in him, you could tell. And then at the speed dating, that's when it sort of started to come out that he wasn't that into her. Yeah. And I think it got to the point where he wanted to sort of come clean to everyone in the house.
Fuck it, I'm gay.
I think I'm the token farmer and the token gay guy.
Oh, is that what he said?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But it was really interesting to find out that he'd kind of... He said to her in the speed dating, I don't want you to feel like I've misled you.
Right.
That's when she started to be like, what the fuck? That must have been an interesting story.
It makes me think of like your most hated Kevy Webby and the sort of shit he was pulling, and obviously Kenny Brown his strategy was to go in there and like flirt with women. But I know they're different things. But it
can happen by mistake sometimes. Yeah. That's actually happened to me a few times in my life. Obviously, when I was a lot younger, before I really knew about myself. Yeah. But it happened to me at one time, and it's probably more information than I should ever put it out into the world. But nobody that I actually know is going to listen to this.
Well, a few people.
No, but nobody that knows us collectively. One of my teachers I actually got very close to, and then I thought it was just like a purely platonic thing. Yeah.
I should hope so with one of your teachers. What the fuck?
Yeah, I know. But we used to sort of like go for coffee and stuff.
Yeah.
But she was
this after school or you're at school?
University.
Oh, okay.
She was also helping me with like some of my work and stuff. And she really was a helpful person to me. And then this was at the time when I was finding out about my own sexuality, and I ended up with a guy. And when I told her, she cried in front of me, and I was like really surprised. I didn't know that was coming.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
This is juicy.
Well, actually, she was going through a breakup, so she was probably a bit emotional and vulnerable herself. How old was she?
Yeah.
Considerably older than me.
See, I'm not sure she should be doing that, even at university. I think that's a bit off.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
Yeah,
definitely
that's a bit
not.
off.
Definitely not.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Did she say she fancied you, or it was just implied by the crying?
It was just so obvious from the reaction.
Yeah. Oh my god, you never told me that before.
No.
It's interesting.
It's one of those ones I don't talk about much. Because I also think it's like her private life too.
Well, yeah, but no one knows who the fuck she is.
No, exactly. Nor will they.
No.
So
I can't imagine someone not scouting
I can talk about this generally. I feel like comfortable to.
Yeah.
But just to say that, I felt like, oh yeah, that can happen in life even if you don't mean it to. But I think he was very close to her in the house and was like,
it's difficult, isn't it? Especially like going back 20 years or 15 years. It's a different kind of situation. You are having to pretend you're...
To get by,
Especially
in Australia, hyper-masculine society.
Yeah. I mean, it's perfectly understandable, and I'm sure he wasn't trying to trick anyone.
No.
Yeah, I bet that was very interesting, especially at the time.
To watch that, that storyline.
Yeah.
And then looking at him now compared to then, like, wow, like he looks completely
Yeah,
different.
I saw the clip of him. Did he win?
He doesn't even have wrinkles on his face when he was in the house first time around.
Yeah, but wasn't he like 20 or something?
I don't
or
think
22? He was very young. Maybe third or something like that.
Makes you feel old, doesn't it? How long Big Brother's been going
for.
Oh
no.
To Johnson, this is more than a TV show that you watch. He's been waiting for this his whole life. He was going around touching everything in the house. I've written, I know how he feels.
The plants.
What else?
The walls. Don't know what else. Tully.
Lulu said, expect the unexpected, right?
Ding.
Tim, 2 OGs and 1 newbie in the mix. Does it make it harder or easier? He said it made it easier. He has a plan, but he doesn't know he has the numbers to pull it off. He said it's uncharted territory for me. What did he want to pull off?
I don't know.
Not really getting rid of Layla, surely. So the vote, I've got the vote. Do you know?
Just before that, Tully was crying and said she was seeking comfort and protection from the OGs.
Oh.
I thought she wasn't going to cry in the house.
Let's see if anything went weird in the vote.
Go on then.
Tully voted for Johnson, Reggie voted for Johnson, Estelle voted for Johnson, as did Drew, Trevor and Dave. I mean, that's all the OGs right there, pretty much. Johnson voted for Layla, obviously, and then told Big Brother, if this is the last time I speak to you, I love you. That was quite embarrassing.
Bless.
Joel, Alicia, Taras, JC, Sam, which was not in the edit, and Lara all voted for Layla.
So Sam voted different to Drew. Interesting.
Yep. Lara, Gabby... Did I say Lara? Lara, Gabby and Lulu also voted for Layla.
If they'd stuck with the OGs, we would have got rid of Johnson.
This is the problem. What's the benefit for Gabby and Lulu of keeping Johnson?
Yeah. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know how to play their game.
Lulu don't know what she's doing. And the problem for Lulu is she's always just a number for either side.
Yeah.
Don't you think? She must know that.
Yeah.
Gabby, though, could be an OG or in with the OGs.
Yeah.
And yes, she'll be a number, but she might be someone Tim would take to the end because we know Tim's strategic like that.
Yeah.
He knows Australia like him more than Gabby.
Well, yeah. I'd imagine Gabby's own mum likes Tim more than Gabby.
Tim voted for Dave. He said he wants to prove to Johnson that he's not coming for his side of the house.
No, that was clever, I thought.
I predicted it was going to go that way. He doesn't think that Layla is anything other than a vote on his side of the house, which I thought, well, a vote on your side of the house is better than not, surely.
Yeah.
She's not as strategic as Johnson, so yeah, that's why.
Tim wants to keep his options open, is the long and short of it.
I suppose so. I just thought, like, better to have Layla's vote than not have it there. And also, she did win that comp, so she could possibly win these.
Yeah. I get his reasoning, though.
Yeah,
it's good
logical.
to keep your options open.
Ingenious, some might say. Layla said she felt nostalgic hearing Johnson's speech. She said, that was me. I wanted to be on Big Brother since I was 11. And I thought, she must have been watching BBK when she was 11.
Yeah, that's a good point, yeah.
And she voted out Dave.
She said she saw Johnson's inner child. When she voted out Dave, she just wrote her own eviction notice.
Well, in the end, it would have made a difference.
No, it wouldn't have made any difference.
Because she got 9. And there were those 2 votes that went on Dave. So even if they'd gone to Johnson, she still would have been going. Poor cow. I wonder, because it hasn't been followed up, does Dave know Tim voted for him? And does he care? Does he even think about it after the diary room, after the eviction room? Probably not.
I haven't got the answer to those questions. But it's a good question. But I don't think anyone will know, will they?
No,
it's not on the main show.
Unless it goes in a deleted scene on the website.
Unless he's on that podcast you listen to.
Yeah.
And someone asked him.
Until he
Benjamin Norris.
Check it out, TV Reload. Layla was basically like, I came in here to conquer some fears. I think she was quite proud for her.
Yeah, that was good, that comp she won. I'm a bit disappointed we didn't get to see more of Layla, but what can you do? Some OGs have got to go and you better hope it in your faves.
Well, I did see a little bit more of Layla because I watched her exit interview. Who do you think Layla wants to win?
Estelle?
No. I would have thought so too.
Tim?
No. Clue, it's not an OG.
Oh. Johnson.
Yeah. So moved was Layla.
The
She wants
inner
Johnson
child.
to win.
God. To be honest, I didn't really like Johnson much at first, but I actually think he's quite funny now.
Oh.
He's
Not
kind
funny
of...
to laugh at.
No!
Oh.
He says some funny things.
Does he?
Yeah, I think he's
I'll yet to
alright.
note them down myself.
Bit of a weird guy, but, you know.
Are you ready?
Jesus, that was an hour and 18.
Are you ready to take a break?
Yeah, I need a wee.
I thought something was wrong with you.
BRB.
Welcome back.
Oh my god. Right, we've got a long way to go. We're not even halfway there. Shout out Bon Jovi. So, episode 6. You haven't got notes for the first section. Okay, let's see how far
I haven't got anything until the shopping task.
Okay. Tully trying to talk to Drew. In the diary room, she said it's a bit awkward. She feels like an inconvenience and like she stood there staring. Oh yeah, they're in the kitchen and weren't they getting off in front of her and she was like stood there.
Yeah,
It's a bit inappropriate.
It was a bit insensitive.
I think Drew could like be a bit less callous, really. She said she feels like a spare dick at a party.
That was so good. That sounds like a very Australian turn of phrase. Do you know, I really like Australians. I think I say this every time, but like I really like the accent and I just really like their sort of like outlook on life.
You're the opposite to Jack. He hates the accent.
Does he?
Yeah. So, Tully was lamenting that her, Tim and Drew aren't that tight. There's a reason Tully and Drew were a slow burn. Oh, because she had a girlfriend. That's why. Tully and Tim, final 2, question mark. Oh, was Tim trying to do a final 2 with Tully?
Was he? I don't think so, because he started to piss her off this morning, this morning, didn't he?
Yeah, but just before, he'd said, like, oh, could we kind of go all the way together? And she was sort of, like, buying into it, and then he turned on her, so I think she was even more pissed
Why
off.
did Tim do that? How did you feel about that?
Oh, it's just Tim, isn't it? He can't help himself. He went, I was surprised watching back how many people didn't like you.
Yeah. Also, how come he's raising that now, having had conversations with her for years gone by outside the house?
Yeah, good point.
Because he only just watched it.
Yeah. Also, imagine Tim watching his own
Yeah,
season
I thought I was
back.
the only one.
Yeah. What a fucker.
And then Trevor goes, I'm waiting for the punchline. She was like, no, he's just or is he just punching? Someone said he's just punching. She was like, yeah, he's just being a dick.
Oh. Tim trying to wind her up about crying and saying, in our season they had to bring down the fence because she wouldn't stop crying because they had the fence up.
She was talking about this
Yeah.
on her own podcast.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know why she was going through a lot of stuff about her series. I guess just reflecting on it.
Yeah.
She said that she'd heard that the divide came down earlier because it wasn't popular with the public.
Oh, it
which
was
is
awful.
exactly what happened in
Good.
the UK.
I hate
didn't
the
like
divide.
the divide.
I hate the divide. That ruined the showmance between Spencer and Kate Lawler.
We did get to pass that beer between the divide, though.
I do think that showmance would have got further if it hadn't been that bloody divide. Otherwise, what you can do is stick your dick through the fucking fence like a glory hole.
Perspex glory hole.
Tully was getting the hump. She ran off crying to Joel. I've pondered here. Do you think she's upset about Drew rather than Tim and being stuck in there with Drew and Sam? Or do you think it's just Tim?
Oh, I think it's all just very triggering.
That's the next thing I've written. I think she's got PTSD from her first time in the house.
Yeah.
Must be very triggering, especially after what she went through. She said about Tim, he went from Dr. Jekyll to Mr. Hyde. And Tim went, own you're crying or don't do it. He went, it's like tiptoeing around a lion. Tim is lighting fuses. Tim saying she painted him as an awful person. Oh yeah, he went, don't paint me as an awful person. Because Tully went in and was crying to like a group of people.
Yeah.
And he went, oh, she's overreacting. I don't think you should say people are overreacting. They're entitled to react however way they like, to be honest.
You can have an opinion that it is too much, though.
Yeah, I suppose. Bit silly, all this. They should just stick together.
I think that the problem was Tim was baiting her. He got the reaction.
Goating me.
Yeah, Tully kind of almost handed it to him, and that's not her fault. You can't help being emotional about it.
Yeah.
But it's almost
It's
like
too easy.
Yeah, and it's too bad that it kind of went that far.
Yeah.
But Tim needs to stop that fucking around because he needs Tully on side as well.
And it is dangerous because if other housemates see the cracks, they'll be like, oh, let's get one of them out. And blah,
Or
blah, blah.
was that Tim's plan to show that Tully coming in doesn't guarantee the majority for the
together.
OGs?
Ooh.
Was it all a plan? Because Tim is very calculated.
Maybe. No, he doesn't like the C word.
No, them. Right? No one's mentioned the C word.
So next we've got the task, so you can talk to us about that.
Is it the shopping task?
It was the
Target thing.
Yeah, go on.
So it was day 13. Trevor was fake cracking his neck with a nut in his mouth.
That was funny. That's actually quite funny.
Tim is plotting with Trev to target the newbies and pile votes on them in the house nominations.
Ooh.
They expect that it's going to be 2 newbies and an OG that go up. Trev says that he needs Lara in the mix. She's too much. Cut to Lara making the beds and making comments about tidying the house.
Oh, that Laura is fucking annoying, man. Ain't she awful?
She talks a load of shit.
Look, I'm not gonna hold back anymore. I'm gonna talk about sex.
My vagina.
I'm gonna talk about. It's like, oh fuck it up. Thank God she's going.
And Joel. He wants Joel on the block as well. He's just going to kill everybody. You know. Tully goes.
Terminator.
Tully said, "Big move, but we should probably make it sooner rather than later."
Correct.
Good. Tully's getting ahead in the
That's
game.
right.
I like it.
That's right.
Reggie is struggling with the numbers, and Tim's trying to help her out. Listen, I'm not at the comp yet. Floaters in question basically are Gabby, Lulu, and Sam. I've written, Drew should be in Sam's ear. Why is Drew... What's the use of a showmance if it's not benefiting your game?
It's supposed to be 2 guaranteed votes one way, isn't it?
Exactly. Tim said, whoever controls the floaters controls the game. Tim was proposing getting rid of Lara. Is it this target thing?
Yeah, I've got target thing now,
Have I
yeah.
skipped
I haven't
it?
got all... No, you've just gone deep on the shit that
Have I skipped it?
Oh, I don't know.
I think I skipped a little bit.
Oh.
I skipped the target comp, the shopping comp. We need to talk about it because it made me cry.
Oh, hang on. Right. Tim and Tully were put together first.
Of course they were.
Tim said, Tim and Tully, we hate each other. Tim is so immature. Tim was upset last time when Drew and Tully paired up. He said, oh, now you know how I feel when now Drew's with Sam. I don't think that was quite the same, do you? Like, Tim and Drew were just friends.
But he's obviously got a bee in his bonnet about it.
Yeah. Tully goes, we're fine. We're always fine. Tully said they'll see very quickly what we're like. We're like 2 annoying siblings. Tully said, oh, he can be a bit of a rat bag about Tim. And so the task was they...
Had to protect that.
They had a certain amount of money for the shopping task.
$800, I think.
Every time the ball hit a target, they'd lose
$10
or $20. I'm not sure.
10.
And then Tully got like smacked in the face like straight away. Tully and Sam have a lot in common. They're the same height. They have the same feather tattoo, and they both fancy Drew. Drew got hit in the face as well. Alicia went in the diary room. At this rate, we're going to end up owing BB money, which I actually thought was quite funny. Drew got Trev in the balls. They're losing a lot. Oh, here we had Reggie's thing about...
So you were supposed to play in pairs, but Reggie was put on with 2 other guys. I can't remember who.
That was big of them, considering she's fucking blind.
Well, Reggie... They had a moment. I don't know if there was a VT or if it was just Reggie talking about...
No, they had a VT. Reggie was told she would be blind in 15 years, but it's 17 years later. Oh,
yeah. She's like against the odds. And they also spoke about her kid with cerebral palsy, in that VT.
That is so sad.
Not only that, Alfie's told me that after Big Brother, she was entirely scammed out of her prize money because some person said they wanted to make a travel documentary with her and she had to keep paying for things. So she's had a rough time.
How much bad luck can one person have?
Fucking hell.
And I think we're like looking at it very lightly, like someone going blind. Think about what actually going blind is. That is you're not going to be able to see your children again. You're not going to be able to see anything ever again. Yeah. And also, it's not just not being able to see things. It really does disable you because you can't move around in the same way.
No.
Obviously, you can't drive. You can't, you need to rely on other people all the time for everything.
You can't, you can get around public transport, but imagine having to get to like a bus stop to get on the bus.
Yeah.
You can't see the bus number.
Yeah.
To get on the train, you can't see where the gap is. Like, it's scary.
It would be a huge, huge deal. And the way that she seems to be dealing with it, like, she just seems to be one of those people. Normally, these type of people, I'd be like, oh, fucking please. But she seems to be like one of those people who's just like, I'll deal with everything that sort of comes at me. And she is endearing because of it. Whereas
these balls.
Normally those sorts of people, I'd just feel like, oh, how pious, like, fuck off. But with her, I don't feel like that.
That's interesting.
Yeah, because she just seems so genuine, like, she just gets on with it. She just seems like she just gets on with it, no matter what awful thing happens.
She's obviously still got enough sight to get by as well. Like, she's pretty independent. Like, she's helped occasionally down to the diary room or whatever, but I think that's because the lights are low during those scenarios.
She looked at a picture, someone was looking at a family member, she looked at it, didn't she?
On it.
So I think it's her peripheral vision that's going.
I think she said that's all gone now.
I think no one's going to evict Reggie. And if she gets to the end again, she will win again. Oh. Who would evict her?
Can you imagine?
Who would evict her? There's no one who will evict her. Even Joel, would he?
He would.
You think he would?
I think so. If he wants to win, he's going to have to.
That would be a low blow to be evicting her, man.
Australia would fucking hate you.
You ain't going to win off the back of that.
No.
She goes to the end. If she goes to the end, she wins, and that's that. Don't you think? Think about it.
Yeah, I would like that. I'd like to see her
I
in the
would
final.
too. She deserves the money as well.
Like, who knows what's going to happen, but a not physical person winning this physical game would be quite satisfying as well.
Yeah, one in the eye, isn't it, for the production values? And let's face it, Tim doesn't need to win. Drew and Tully don't need to win. Like, they're just there for the good TV.
I was really emotional about that VT. I started to cry again.
I was.
Dan started to cry too.
Oh, God.
And then we watched her doing the target.
Yeah.
Defending the target.
Yeah.
Getting, like, did I get it? Did I get that? And
you were moved by the stirring music, weren't you?
I was moved by how fucking happy she was to actually have, like, defended that target. And then, I don't know if Big Brother told her in the moment, but...
They said, every ball you catch, you get $10.
Yeah, so she'll gain $10 rather than lose. I mean... Not lose, maintain the budget.
Dave was like, a blind Sheila. Blind Sheila.
It made me really emotional.
It made me emotional as well.
If you don't cry at that, you won't cry at nothing.
I cannot see anyone evicting her, and she is my locked-on pick to win at the moment. She's like Ukraine. She's just... you can't bet against her. You cannot bet against her, which I did at the Eurovision. I betted for us, and I lost £10. So they won $90, and then Reggie blocked 9 balls, so she won another $90. So they had $180, I think.
Still a tight budget for all those people, isn't it?
I've put here, I actually like most of the housemates, to be honest. Ooh, strong words. Tully was put in charge of the budget. Dave was going, make sure you get coffee. Tully was like, what do vegans eat? Halloumi.
Yeah, that was quite funny. Someone was going on about the vegan food. Like, make sure you get vegan. So they were like, send a vegan in, weren't they?
Yeah.
But Reggie and Tully went ahead and did it, didn't they?
No vegans in here, please. And then we had... Taras was talking about... we had some more about Reggie. About Reggie's son having cystic fibrosis, and Taras...
sorry, I said cerebral palsy earlier.
They're similarly debilitating. Tara... what the fuck is this guy called?
Taras.
I feel like I got it right last week and I've lost it since. That's weird.
It was Esther for Estelle last week.
This is what I think got you. One of the things that got you. He said he loved her season. He watched her when he was 14 and he wanted her to win. And I thought I could see Gaz relating to that as a young Big Brother fan, and then getting to play with her. Yeah. It's like you getting to play with one of the greats.
With Craig Phillips. Yeah, but I wasn't really moved by that.
Oh. He said...
I'd already been moved by the real Reggie story.
He said it's a testament to the power of the human spirit.
God, he's a bit of a... At that point, I think that's when Dan said, "You can tell he's a musician."
Yeah.
Good for nothing muso.
Then we had... Oh, Alicia said, Joel hasn't kissed me yet. Oh, this was to...
God.
I think she said it to Sam and Drew when they were in the... Is that a hot tub? I don't know what that is, a pool.
Yeah,
and then Drew said to...
Wait, have they got rid of the full pool? No, they haven't. There's a hot tub in it. There's a hot tub too. Because they dropped him in the ice. In the pool.
Oh, yeah. And then Drew said you just keep getting better and better to Sam. And then they zoomed in on them kissing and zoomed in on Drew's back. Drew looks so white. How can an Australian be so white?
On his back?
Yeah, can't you get a tan already?
Well, they are just, white people that have moved somewhere hot.
Well, the sun's out.
Drew,
get a tan.
You seen his face? Red as anything.
Yeah.
He's burnt to fuck. His back's white because he's been wearing a t-shirt.
Now I've got Trev cracking his neck, so now we're over to your
Jeez.
bit. Jesus, you missed a lot out there,
Well, I had a big meal to eat. Sobbing over it I was, using my tears as salt, as advised by Drew last episode.
Jesus. Oh yeah, Reggie said she leaves her votes to Tim. She lets him deal with all the admin for that.
Tim's proposing getting rid of Lara and Gabby is on board with it.
The momager.
Is that what they call her?
That's what they call her, the momager and the J crew.
So she's like a mama and her boys. Like basically that's it.
We've got to cut the mum's head off, Tim said.
God. Tully said they've got to bust their balls to stop Lara winning. It's true, she's a big comp threat. God. Joel and Alicia are plotting to take someone out from the other side.
Joel said, everyone's gunning for me. And Alicia said, I don't trust Tim at all. Joel said, I really like him, but... ... And then Alicia said, well, I would be mates with him in the outside world. I thought, you should be so lucky.
You've got stuff I'd never noticed happen. That's quite funny. Have you got anything before the challenge?
Teams again.
It was in the yard. This one has been... individually calibrated, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, about
they
20.
are. You said they weren't calibrating fuck all this year, and they are. So it's calibrated to everyone's body weight. However, they're in pairs.
Oh,
How did the pairs get picked? Off screen by a random draw?
Yeah, by the independent adjudicator.
Trevor said percentage of your body weight is going to be great for me.
Trevor was like talking to someone, and then Big Brother said, "What's so funny?" Like a teacher, like you're at school.
So Talia's safe, and her partner will be immune if she wins. If they win,
great.
So Tully is with Joel, and I've written not good. She'll have to throw it to put him in the firing line.
She didn't know.
She did not.
No.
Reggie...
She bonded with him. Ooh.
Oh yeah, she did. Reggie and Dave decided to drop after 20 minutes.
Not surprised.
And I say decided, it wasn't like they couldn't keep going.
Estelle was being extremely dramatic, like, I can't do it.
Yeah, just like straight off the bat.
And then Johnson said, all I'm asking for is everything you've got. Oh, that could be a tattoo of the week,
better,
actually.
Exactly. Trevor and Alicia dropped. I looked like Trev's hand was bleeding. Did I get that wrong?
No, I don't know. Tully and Josh just looked like they were just chilling.
Joel.
I keep calling him Joel.
Casually chatting away. Like, how?
Yeah, fair play.
They were sideways, weren't they? Like, almost hand on hip.
Yeah, it's like, what the hell? Like a mother's meeting over the garden fence. Alicia's not his girlfriend. He's never kissed her. Someone saying about Alicia's girlfriend.
Sure, she's basically on the bench and people going, look, do you think you've got a side eye for Tully? I think Dave said. And then she said, yeah, go on. Someone said, bitch, better not look backwards.
That was Dave.
Yeah, Dave's quite funny.
Whoa, Dave's bitchy.
Alicia said,
she's got nothing on me.
Nothing on me. Bitch,
I mean, Alicia's got nothing going on, really.
Nothing on no one.
She just looks a bit plasticky and fake.
I don't think she does. I just think she looks dead normal. Estelle and Johnson dropped.
Oh, yeah. Big Brother said, right, time to make things interesting. And Johnson went, don't you dare make it interesting.
Oh, we should say they're holding up this frame on ropes, aren't they? What did they do?
Passed.
Change the angle? Oh, did they have to
they
go
had to move
down
up
a notch?
knot? Or, yeah, down or up a knot. And then Lara piped up about Joel and Tully.
I thought the cheek of it,
yeah.
didn't you?
She said, he's got all the weight. And then Tully was like, "Oh, her trying to undermine me."
Well, yeah.
I'm surprised Tully didn't snap back at her.
I think she did, no?
Yeah. Probably she did.
She had something to say. I don't know. Or did she just talk to Joel?
Yeah, she went, "Oh, she's trying to undermine me."
I thought it was very out of order. What about girls supporting girls?
Yeah, come on.
Lulu and JC drop. Lulu with a lot of slack. Yeah, Lulu was really letting that slack.
I'm surprised Lulu lasted that long.
The fact that Lulu's rope was just like that meant JC had
all of it.
All of the tension.
She is useless, that woman.
That means he was holding a percentage of his body weight and
yeah,
her.
fucking hell. And looking good while doing it too. At JC...
You really think he's got
I
gift, don't
don't
you?
think he's gorgeous.
I don't really fancy him.
I'm surprised you don't fancy him.
I'm surprised as well, but I think just...
What does Sam think?
He hasn't really said.
How could you look at that guy's face on screen and not say something? Even Jack's like, oh my god, he's a good-looking guy. Jack's admiring his clothes. Jack's admiring his clothes.
He's a good-looking lad.
He's got lovely hair as well.
I don't like his style. Maybe that's why.
Oh, Jack likes his style. He's got lovely little ringlets. They look so cute.
I think his
They're probably not called ringlets on a black person, but
coils.
Yeah.
Loose coils.
Oh, they look good. His personality. There is no personality.
Exactly. That's why I don't find him fancy.
Oh, come on. Who cares about that? We don't need to talk, baby. We just want to dance. So said the glass animals. Glass animals. So then, what else happened? How is Taras so strong when he's so skinny?
Drew and Lara dropped because Drew slipped.
Oh, I thought they were going to do well. Did you, Drew and Lara? Because they're quite strong.
I thought so. Tully and Joel versus Tim and Sam in the end.
See, Tim again.
Yes. Okay. So let's break this down.
Go on.
Joel. He's a comp beast, he's on the other side of the house, he's the one you need to get out. If Tully wins, he's safe by default. The other option is, if he doesn't win, Tim is safe. If they don't win, Tim is safe. So Tully could have been safe, Tim could have been safe, if she'd have just
I see what you mean.
it up.
I see what you mean. That's interesting. I didn't even think of that. But I don't think Tully wanted to throw it. I think she wanted to win that comp.
She said that she wanted to win it because Joel had won so many competitions on the trot. And she felt pressure.
And she probably wanted one in the eye to fucking Lara, saying you ain't even trying. And Joel's doing all the hard work.
Maybe, but she didn't need it. She's got immunity. Do you think Tim...
Do you think she cares about Tim that much? No.
Well, no. Do you think Tim fucked himself by riling her up in the morning? Yeah. And that's why she dug her heels in? Yeah,
good. So she should have dug her heels in. She don't need to throw it to
But
Tim.
It's not good game.
I never even thought of what you're saying. You raise a good point, though, but...
She could have given Tim power to nominate. And put Joel on the firing line.
Oh,
Joel could have gone up.
They'll get Joel out next time, maybe.
I'll get you next time.
Oh, just before that, Tim dropped, he went, should we try and make a deal? You know, whenever someone's trying to make a deal at the last minute, they're about to drop. Yeah. Alicia was pissed off about Tully and Joel's celebration because they were like hugging. Alicia was getting jealous.
Bitch, he's not that into you. I'm sorry.
No, and quiet as we.
Why do you think you haven't kissed yet?
I know. Do you even kiss, mate? Then Tully.
He's Australian, wasn't he?
Yeah. And then Tully shook Drew's hand after the competition, which I thought was a bit odd. Did you see that?
No.
Tully said, "Trust me, I was holding my own weight." To Lara. Oof. So it was revealed that Tully can do a game-changing power at the eviction.
Can she? What can she do?
What a fix. Save Trev.
Takes off the block.
Tim said, tonight I'm making a move against Joel's alliance. But he didn't quite say it. It sounded like one of those quotes that they've sort of
spliced
chopped together. Yeah, the Frankenbite. That's what it's called.
Actually.
Yeah, I've heard people say it in vodka. Tully and Joel say, Taras, Johnson and Joel want to target Trevor. Joel wants to get rid of Tim, Drew, and then everyone else. That is not the order we're looking for.
No, but he did say Trev's got to go first. This is
but why? This is what I don't understand. Why would Joel want Trev to go before Tim and Drew? Don't make any sense.
Take out Tim and Drew first, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I don't get why Joel isn't going straight after Tim.
Oh, because Tim's white.
No, I didn't mean that.
No, but it might
it's
be.
possible, yeah.
Why?
I thought because Tim's like on a, however long week contract.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Well, everyone knows.
You go straight to racism. I go to it being a fix. Well,
Dan started to immediately say,
yeah.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing?
Oh,
here?
really?
Why is Joel going for Trev over everyone else?
See, Dan would know better than I do.
He also tweeted can someone please check Joel's tweets to check that I'm not seeing what I think I am?
To be fair, Joel does look like he could be a bit of a, National Front type of person. He does have that vibe, doesn't he? Like Taylor Swift.
The peg teeth.
I was talking to Jack about those peg teeth.
Where did you get this Taylor Swift thing from?
Oh, just every time I see her on TV, I just think she looks evil. She's just got an evil look about her. I think she's horrible.
Is it because she's so pale?
Oh, she's just gross. She's just an evil, satanic person. Don't tune out of the podcast, gay people. I know you're
not all
like
gay
her.
people like Taylor Swift.
Well, a lot do.
Logic, this logic is to get Trev out, then Tim, and then
Trevor
Dave,
out.
and then we're the top 5. Joel tells Lara and Lulu to vote for Gabby.
Oh yeah, Joel wants to target Gabby for being a fence sitter. I thought he wanted to target Tim and Drew. Make your mind up, mate.
Yeah. Well, this is why the other side were fucked in this. There's this house.
Oh yeah, where they fucked up the vote.
Yeah.
I said it's interesting seeing Joel trying to control the votes on his side and Tim both of them sort of getting to work on their own side, trying to control all the votes. It is a good rivalry, actually. I just hope that it doesn't, come unstuck.
Lara knows the OGs are coming for her. She takes Estelle over this.
Oh,
took
God.
Estelle's side,
that was a bit much.
basically cornered the girl.
She did.
And was like, let's promise each other kind of to keep each other, not put a vote on it on either, like mutual safety sort of thing.
She was trying to put the squeeze on Estelle.
The squeeze?
Yeah.
She was juiced.
Yeah. She was definitely acting paranoid. It's like, whoa, calm down, woman.
And then
sorry, dear.
Estelle. Adele came in. Hello. Estelle basically was then like, I don't know if I'm jumping ahead. Like,
no, you're good. You're
was
good.
like cowering in the corner,
yeah,
right?
I know.
And Tim had to go and console her, wasn't
it? What did
no, it's not yet. It's not yet.
Yeah.
I've got Tim said Lara is the target, right? And Drew was proposing nominating JC as well. Reggie said...
He's threatened by another heartthrob in the house.
Reggie said Lulu doesn't know what she's doing again. Like, infuriated. Lulu doesn't know what she's doing again.
Reggie fucking hates Lara. Oh, no. Reggie hates Lara, don't she? Not Lulu.
But she's also annoyed with Lulu.
Yeah, Lulu is annoying. Just like, oh, well, I haven't decided yet. What?
This is where Tim had a really strong moment.
Oh.
Where he took Lulu aside. Because Reggie's basically like, look, Tim, Lulu doesn't know what she's bloody doing.
Go and talk to her.
Yeah, Tim's going to go to work on Lulu.
Was this when he went in with Reggie, or did he go in on his own?
On his own, I think.
Yeah, because he went back in with Reggie like a good cop, bad cop. But they were both bad cops.
Wasn't that last week? Like, all the people that we saved are turning on us.
It's the same fucking thing that happened.
Tim takes Lulu aside, goes, she won't commit, basically, to voting out Lara or JC. He's like, well, if you're not going to do that...
Yeah.
I think he didn't tell her, but he's like, if she's not going to do that, we're going to have to put her on the block.
Good. That was a good strategy, don't you think? To make her run back to us for protection.
Yeah, and Tim goes, I need to talk to someone who I have a lot of sway over and who's undecided. That is Estelle. That's when he goes to Estelle, who's cowering in the corner, having been cornered by Lara.
God, Estelle's getting it from all angles,
she's basically like, it's a lot. And then Tim said, it's a bit blackmaily.
I mean, he's kind of right.
The ironic thing here is that she does actually have a connection with Lara, and she said it herself. But the way Lara handled it, she threw Estelle off.
Estelle said, I felt cornered, and then ran and hid in a corner, ironically.
She has a packet of crisps down there like SJ.
So Tim said to Estelle, vote for Lulu, so she cuts ties with the other side when she sees them trying to vote her out. That was clever. That was very clever.
Genius.
But Joel is also a good villain on the other side, I think. He said he wants to nominate someone well-loved. No.
Tim in the Durham said, no more flip-flopping, Lulu. If we're going to save you this time, you're one of us.
Whether you like it or not. Taras said in the diary room his ride or die is Lara.
Well,
okay.
Tully did. Was it Tully said it's? No, Gabby said it's her and her boys. So maybe.
Oh yeah.
That's part of that dynamic.
Drew called the newbies the freshies.
Oh, they call
the
freshies in
freshies.
Thailand, so it might be called that in Australia too.
That's sweet. Was this the eviction thing now?
It was the house nominations. I got the full list. No, I haven't actually.
No, because there is no full list.
No, there's not.
No. Alfie's been digging around for
There's no full list of house noms.
I know some other information about that, but I think it's secret.
Oh? What's your source?
The information was tried to... I'm not naming it any sources, but... information...
Legal trouble here with Big Brother's people.
No, because I'm not naming any sources.
A source close to the show said.
Yeah, basically, someone we know asked someone involved what the actual vote was, and they ducked the question. That's okay to say, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's also on a show like this.
Yeah.
When you release your extended vote for evictions, you should be doing your extended nominations too. They
didn't know this because they were covering up what happened, because it made no sense that the vote went down like this, because the vote didn't go down like this. And Estelle even said on Twitter, "Oh, you don't know none of this shit."
No, I don't.
Estelle said on Twitter she didn't vote the way Big Brother said she voted. What do you think about that?
No, that is too far. Shut the front door.
Honestly, that's what someone told me.
Well, if Estelle said that on Twitter, that's public knowledge.
Yeah.
Right?
Somebody told me.
Do you know, have you got the tweet? Do you know what she said? Verbatim.
I do, but it's on that phone with my WhatsApp
worry.
on it.
There's enough information.
Yeah.
Well, I've got the ones that we...
Just look at Estelle's Twitter and you'll see it.
I've got the ones that we've seen.
Took it down now.
I don't actually have Estelle even in the list.
No, there's a reason for that. It's like when they CGI'd, poorly out of like that competition after he got evicted. It's like that shit. BBUF.
Right, Joel voted for Trev, which is the plan. Johnson we didn't see. Sam we didn't see. Taras voted for Trevor. JC we didn't see. Drew voted for JC. That's when he called the newbies freshies. Reggie we didn't see. Dave didn't see, but he gave a good, full and frank reason I've written here, because he's an OG and he knows how to do a proper nomination. Lulu we didn't see. Lara voted Gabby. Gabby voted Lara and questioned her integrity about the pillow flip. Good point. We don't know whether that was heads or tails.
Yeah, that was some bullshit.
Tim voted Lulu. She's a floater. Tully is flinching at Big Brother coming on and saying this is Big Brother.
A couple of people did like...
I can't believe that we've not had these gaps filled in and Estelle's not on this list.
Alfie sent me the whole list if you voted and there was 2 or 3 gaps.
That's not good, Big Brother. You can't hide this shit in the core process. Like, house nominations are back, but we're going to skew them.
We need an inquiry into what happened.
Yeah, we do. Nomination gate.
So, hold on. After this episode, we can pause and have a look. I've got more shit from this, though.
Go on.
I said it's interesting that they all know what each other is doing, although apparently they didn't, because they all voted off. Oh, yeah. Gabby said about Lara, she's a borderline loose cannon. I think a borderline loose cannon is just a cannon. Tully can pick one housemate to save. Oh, yeah, that's when she saved Trev. Do you think that was a bit of a fix, that she was just able to save Trev and then it was all newbies?
What did you think it was going to be? Because I did not think that was what it was going to be.
No,
Big Brother said, please stand and face your fellow housemates.
Oh, did you think she was going to have to evict someone on the spot or something?
And I thought kill a nomination, didn't you?
Ouch. No, I thought she would be able to save someone.
Instantly I went, I've written it here, not a killer nomination. That's a very Channel 5 mentality.
Tully said, I think I'm going to be sick. I said if the other side had actually kept their plan secret, Tully wouldn't have known that she needed to save Trev. So the fact that there were such loose lips on that side, not just loose cannons, loose lips and all, that created a problem. So they need to keep their shit locked down next time.
Well, actually, the thing was, Trevor didn't have that many votes anyway.
He had...
Not enough to put him up.
No.
He had 2, I think.
2, yeah. I thought, what the fuck?
Yeah, because they bring up that table, don't
they?
Lara
had 4, JC had 4, Lulu had 3, and Trevor had 2.
Yeah. So Trevor was never actually going to go up.
So why the fuck do Tim and Drew not have any votes? I don't get it. Why would Joel not just be piling votes on Tim and Drew? It don't make sense.
Because Joel voted for Trevor as he wanted to, because he put it out there in the house.
But why is Joel voting for Trevor?
Joel has a game plan.
I think something Dan is right. It makes no sense that Joel would be nominating them.
Oh, by the way, Alfie's told us in the week that Trevor's parents were from Fiji.
Oh, okay. Were we asking that last week?
I think it just came up.
So the freshies weren't very organised. Joel was in despair. Lara said, "That was well organised, you guys. I'll be doing my own thing from now on." Which I quite like. And Tim was in the diary room giggling.
Is it me? That was magnificent. Did you say that came really easily?
Yeah, he said, "I can't gloat," but they had a brain fart over there on that side. And then the others were all like talking, and I said it was like the Spider-Man meme. They were all like, "Who voted for who? Voted for who?" Like, pointing. Johnson voted for Lulu. Why? That was, I think, one of the main problems on that side.
Oh, how do you know that?
I don't know.
Because I ain't got that in the noms. I don't know who Johnson voted for, but maybe he did. I guess he would have done, because, I mean, there's 3 people that did it, and have I got the others? Dave is one of them, and Tim is the other, so there you go.
Let's have a break, and I'm going to consult my social medias and my notes.
Your sources. You're very close to the house sources.
Oh, we're going to come back with the scoop for you listeners. Should we start? We're going to have to start a new file.
I'm really worried about legal action. Okay, yeah.
Should we do a new file?
Yeah, we'll be back in part 2.
If you want to hear this real tea...
Oh, cliffhanger.
You best be coming back to part 2. Otherwise, you're never, ever going to know. We're never going to mention it again.
You've learnt a thing or two from BB Can
this year. Come on. Come on. Come with us. Come on.
See you on the other side.